Spread your love and hear what I'm saying now. Spread your love and hear what I'm saying now. Spread your love Spread your love and hear what I'm saying now. Spread your love and hear what I'm saying now. Spread your love and hear what I'm saying now. Spread your love and hear what I'm saying now. Spread your love and hear what I'm saying now. Spread your love and hear what I'm saying now. Spread your love
family.
Hi.
My name is Tisiga Mazbugo Shabalala.
My name is Moketi Maimane.
My name is Musi Miss.
My name is Ketsuo Ketumguni.
On the Vooka
Breakfast Show.
Every weekdays from 7 a.m.
to 10 a.m.
This is where we are going to have our topical discussion featuring various experts from different fields.
We're going to take care of you and it's going to be amazing, man. Right now I'm on the set of the Vooka Breakfast Show brought to you by the Blink-On Network.
Do not forget to subscribe.
That's Vooka Breakfast Show on Facebook and all other social media platforms.
Vooka.
See you there.
Escape the ordinary and discover the extraordinary with Swellappeal Tours. Whether you're a group of friends or a family looking for a memorable getaway, Swellappeal Tours has you covered. Our all-inclusive tours take you to South Africa's most stunning destinations, from the scenic beauty of Mpumalanga to the vibrant life of Gauteng and the coastal charm of Durban.
Yep, I think I connected the wrong microphone. But happy Thursday, Vooka Nation. Hopefully everyone's doing good. And yeah, man, it's we're still marching on. It's a Thursday. We're here, and happy to be in your company. My name is Banele Mngqi, and yeah, man, this is the Vooka Breakfast Show. And yeah, this is what we do on a daily basis. On weekdays, come through to you, to your screens, wherever you are. And we give you that positive dose of the day, and this is what we do. So yeah, man, it's a Thursday, it's a spiritual Thursday, and we're gonna be talking all things spiritual, as well as it's a Tech Thursday, and you know that's my field, right? That's what I do, and we're gonna be talking about some interesting changes that are not even forthcoming, but they are already here, and this will affect everyone, right? Because most of us, if not all of us, make use of WhatsApp. In fact, just the other day right here at the studio, we were talking about WhatsApp being not so prevalent in the US, because in the US they use iMessage on the iPhone, right? But, you know, for the rest of the world, we use WhatsApp as our default communication app, and that's the app that we use to communicate with each other. But yeah, I know they use WhatsApp in the US, but not so much. But we're going to talk about some of the changes that are forthcoming in that space. And as we had indicated a while back, that we have the memberships now, right? So if you're looking at supporting the channel and becoming part of the Vooka Nation, you can absolutely do that by joining the Vooka Nation. So there's 3 tiers that you can subscribe to. So the subscription is a monthly subscription, but it ensures that, you know, we are able to keep the show going. We're able to innovate and bring fresh and new content whenever it comes out, right? So, yep. So the first one is the Vooka Nation Silver, okay? And that's the entry level. And it only costs R5.99, which is rounded off, it's R6. So I prefer to round things off, because most of the time, and I've seen this, when you go to a supermarket, they will say baked beans or chicken cost something 99, meaning that you would think that it's this price, but I prefer to round off to the nearest 10th or 100th. So it's basically R6 a month, and what this gets you is exclusive content, meaning that whenever we create exclusive behind the scenes or any other thing that we want to share first with the Vooka Nation, then it means you'll be eligible to receive that. Okay, so you'll be part of that. And then the second tier is the Vooka Nation Gold, right? And for gold, it costs only R10 per month. So it's 999, R10. And with that, you're also ensuring that we get to create, better content. We're able to give you the most, or Make sure that we even go to places and give you the best streams out there. I mean, on Monday, we were streaming on the road, right? And you would have probably seen that the signal was a little bit choppy because, this is something that we're exploring, that we don't only stream in studio. I mean, I can say to a certain extent that we have somewhat mastered how to do it right here in studio, right? However, when we're looking at streaming outside, then there's still a bit more technical things that we need to figure out. So this kind of support ensures that we are able to do all of that. Speaking of streaming outside, tomorrow we will be at the Protea Glen mall, right? Because there's this youth initiative that the mall is putting together. So it's called the Youth Business Launchpad 2025, and this one is geared towards youth entrepreneurs in the space of food, right? So if they make anything from kotas or snacks or packaged food, non-alcoholic beverages, then they can always go to the Protea Glen Mall. And so we will be there streaming from there. So if you cannot come, at least you'll be able to tune in to the Vooka Breakfast Show and be able to see all of that. So this ensures that we are able to go out and do all of that, right? And then the last tier is essentially the platinum, right? So if you're talking platinum, it's only 29 rands a month, and this by far is the highest tier. I mean, as time continues, we'll probably increase it for those that, want to say, look, we want to support you guys and we want to make sure that the movement does not stop and we continue. Right. Awesome. So that's the Vooka Nation membership. So there's 3 tiers. We've got silver, we've got gold, and we've got platinum. And as mentioned, it allows us to create compelling content, right? Because there's just so much that we want to do. Time is limited, resources, but you basically start wherever you are, right? So that's the goal. So happy Thursday. Happy to see everyone here. And you usually don't see me in front of the camera, but trust me, every time you see Vooka Nation go live, I do have some form of input because usually I'm at the back. But whenever I do come through on Thursdays, usually I'm sitting on the other side of the table, and that has to do with technology, right? So we're going to do the news at 8. And so there's also the spiritual alignment segment that we'll be touching base on. But, speaking of technology, right? So WhatsApp is bringing some changes onto the application. So maybe some of you have seen it, some of you haven't yet, but you probably will start seeing it. And I think it also depends on how you use WhatsApp. Maybe that's the reason why I haven't used it. Sorry, I haven't seen it. So the changes that are upcoming is that WhatsApp is introducing ads in the app, right? So whenever you're using WhatsApp, you will be seeing an ad pop up on your screen, okay? And for some of us that don't use WhatsApp profiles or stories, I don't see any ads. But for those that like viewing profiles of other people, then that's where you'll see ads. So if you do make use of Instagram or even Facebook, whenever you are scrolling the stories or the reels, that's when the ad actually pops up. So for example, I might just post a status update. And in my status update, if you're looking at it, right, so maybe you're moving from a previous status update and going to the next one, WhatsApp will then insert an advert for you, okay? And basically, a lot of people are not happy about this, but I've got mixed emotions, and I somewhat understand because, as mentioned, I'm in the tech space. So my take on this is that when it comes to using platforms like WhatsApp, Facebook, as well as other social media platforms, these things come at a cost, right? It comes at a cost, and someone's paying for it. So I remember I was doing training once, and I was telling people that, look, guys, if the product is free, usually it means you are the product. Okay. So I'll say this again. If a product is free, it means usually you are the product, meaning that here's WhatsApp. And for, I think since 2012, we've been using WhatsApp. WhatsApp is more than 15 years old. Yeah. Since 2012, WhatsApp has been free. Okay, you use WhatsApp and there's no cost attached to it apart from using data and all of that. But the use of WhatsApp has always been free. But the question is, how do we get WhatsApp on our phone? So when I open up my phone today and I look up a contact, I send them a message, right? What's happening in the background? So usually there is a server out there, okay? And that server, whenever you send a message, it goes through the server and then it gets relayed, excuse me, to that person, the recipient, okay? And then they text back, and then that's the conversation back and forth, back and forth. So somewhere around the world, there is a server that is powered up, always has to have internet, and it always has to keep running because normally when WhatsApp is down, which is, it happens rarely, you will see people saying, yo, WhatsApp is down, WhatsApp is not working. So it means it is Meta's responsibility to make sure that the server is running, okay? And I'll try and akin this to something that we can all relate to. But yeah, so there's a server that's working out there and it always has to stay running. It always has to stay running. And that requires money. That requires expertise. People need to get paid to ensure that the server keeps running. So now we've been using WhatsApp for close to 15 years. And for us as the end user, it has always come at no cost for using that service. So 15 years later, Meta, now that they've bought WhatsApp, they're basically saying, look, let us try and create revenue, or let's just try and recoup the costs of using WhatsApp, okay? And they're now inserting ads, right? So it means that advertisers can then come through and advertise on the platform, okay? And when they do that, people are not happy. They still want it to be free. I don't know about you at home, but for me personally, I understand. And I think where we are going is a future where we've got options. And those options look like something that YouTube has already implemented. So with YouTube, you have the option of seeing ads and continue using the platform at no cost to you, or you can pay for a subscription. And if you choose to pay for a subscription on YouTube, you can consume the content ad-free, right? So that's the benefit of paying for a YouTube subscription. So I think the same will happen here, where you've got WhatsApp offering a paid subscription or paid version of WhatsApp. And with that paid version, it allows you to not see the ads whenever you look at people's status updates, okay? So they did say that they're not going to introduce ads inside the chat, because that's like a personal space. But I don't know what the future looks like, because when taking a look at platforms like Gmail, I'm not sure if you guys have seen, but whenever you open up your Gmail, they would insert an ad where your inbox is. It looks like an email, but it's actually an ad, right? So I think maybe that will come in future. But for now, because Meta wants to keep the platform available for everyone and people shouldn't pay money up front to use it, then the safest route for them is to introduce these ads whenever you're scrolling status updates, okay? So the reason I said I don't see it, because I don't usually go to status updates and check other people's status updates. I don't do that. Maybe it's there, but I haven't seen it. But I've heard people say, look, I've been seeing ads. And yeah, you know yourself. I mean, if you check status updates all the time, then yeah, you will see those ads. And trust me, it makes sense. It makes sense because remember, in SA, we're still facing a data crisis where not everyone is connected. And even if they are connected, all right, cool. So sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that. I'm still hearing the echo. Yeah. So on the far right, just turn the knobs to the far left. All the way. Yes, there we go. Much better. Yep. So as mentioned, I mean, for the guys that are using WhatsApp status updates, they're the ones that will probably see it a lot. And I said that it's something I do get. It's something I do understand, because when it comes to data prices in South Africa, they are still expensive. And in terms of bundles, some people prefer to buy WhatsApp bundles because it is important for them to be able to communicate, right? So they will only buy WhatsApp data. So if WhatsApp data is the only thing you have, and you're looking at a form of entertaining yourself, right, then definitely you will be looking at status updates, because people post a whole lot of things, and one can find themselves doom scrolling just on WhatsApp by looking at status updates. So it makes sense that for most South Africans, because they do buy a WhatsApp data bundle, then they will be consuming a lot of those status updates, right? So WhatsApp currently has 2 billion users. Now imagine 2 billion users across the world, and they are sending and receiving WhatsApp messages. So I'm just going to step back a little bit and talk about how WhatsApp started. I mean, with WhatsApp, it was first a messaging platform. And with messaging, it was just text. At most, yes, you could get a GIF, you could get a picture and so on, but it started as a messaging platform, and the founders of WhatsApp wanted to keep keep WhatsApp free at no cost. So when Meta bought WhatsApp, they said that yes, they will keep it for free. However, as time continued, they then had to start introducing ads to try and monetize the platform, because at the end of the day, it is a business, right? So it was cheaper to maintain the servers back then, because the servers didn't cost that much, because it was just text. Now, fast forward years later, what are we sending on WhatsApp? We're sending videos. We are sending high resolution pictures. We're sending documents. We're sending all sorts of things, meaning that the servers have to be scaled up to maintain all of that. Thanks, everybody, for joining us. So remember a time when there was a congestion on the network, and I'm talking maybe even 10, 12 years ago, when people were celebrating New Year's, right? And I remember I used to send an SMS much earlier than that, where just before we hit the new year, I would then send through a SMS and say, look, before the network gets congested, let me just send through this message wishing you a happy new year, right? But those days are gone, because now we're making use of WhatsApp and all of that. So a lot is going through their servers. It takes money, it takes expertise to keep the servers up. Okay, so fast forward to now, people are doing voice calls, people are doing video calls, group calls. So there's a lot that's taking place when it comes to the servers for WhatsApp. So I just need to know from you guys at home, do you want to keep using WhatsApp at no cost, or do you think it makes sense for them to charge or to introduce ads, or maybe even in the future to introduce a subscription? Okay, so do we continue making use of WhatsApp even though it has ads baked into it now, or do we switch and find another platform? So let me know in the comments what you guys think. And Afriberry, good morning. How are you doing today?
Hey, good morning, Vooka Master. Good morning, Vooka Nation. I hope you guys are feeling amazing, and I hope you guys are doing fantastic. Yes, unfortunately, I still got a bit of a sinus situation going around there, but otherwise, I'm doing good. Hey, what about you?
Doing good. Can't really complain. It's been a while since I sat here, right? And I'm a presenter as well. Right?
Yes, you are.
I am. Yeah.
And I got excited
I
when I entered.
I talk for a living.
Yes, I got excited when I entered and I heard you talking. I'm like, wait, is he sitting on the host chair? And then I enter, I'm like, oh my God, this is such a big step.
It's me, man. In fact, it's not even a big step. I'm going back to my roots.
Back to basics.
Yeah, I mean, remember when it was 31st of December, right? When you would send an SMS to your loved ones and say, before it gets congested, let me just say Happy New Year.
Yeah, because by then, like in December, when you still use them SMS, when you send an SMS late, trust me, that person probably get it around past 1 or even at 2 a.m. in the morning, instead like the same time when you sent it. So yeah, the creation of WhatsApp and its invention has kind of made things become a bit more interesting and lighter, except for those WhatsApp messages chains where you normally get which would normally get the one with the prayers around December, especially around Christmas or around New Year's. But I think I've actually started to see a decrease in terms of those chain messages.
Yeah, yep. So there's a concept called bait and switch, where normally retailers use this a lot, where they'll advertise something, and when you get there, you'll realize that, oh, okay, so what I came here to buy isn't necessarily what you guys were advertising. So it's as if you were enticing me to come to the store and then show me something else, right? So I think the same is true with WhatsApp with regards to what's happening here, because with WhatsApp, they started it for free, right? Because they wanted to gain users. Mm-hmm. Now that they've got the users, we're talking 2 billion.
Oh, it's a
2
lot.
billion,
And
2 billion users.
Globally, not
that's
even
globally,
nationally.
right? So now that 2 billion people are hooked, now they are baiting. Well, they did bait us by using WhatsApp at no cost. Now they are switching and they are introducing ads. And trust me, in the near future, we will start paying for WhatsApp for us to not see those ads.
Well, it's probably almost the same as YouTube. Especially because I know that with YouTube, you can actually pay to watch something or content on YouTube without actually having an advert playing. And then one thing that I've also noticed on WhatsApp is that they're kind of a bit intrusive, right? Out of nowhere, when you're like basically checking your texts, chigi, WhatsApp is up there in your status, but you're like, I didn't save you on my contacts. What you doing there? And then they show you the new features. It's a nice thing. But I think that sometimes popping up from the status, it's a bit weird because like now you want to see your status and see what your people posted. And then the first status that rocks up there, no matter how many times you switch off your dates and switch it off, it's always going to be the first one. Yeah. They show you the latest features or you get a message from them letting you know about the latest features that they have.
Of which the question here is, should they keep it free?
Yeah, I think they should, man. Already.
But now who's paying for the servers?
In a way, we kind of are because we're using data just to literally access it.
And
it's already an expense on that side.
Yeah, but remember the data is an expense on your end. But they need to maintain servers. They need to make sure that it's up and running. And they need to store our information. So they constantly need to keep increasing the storage capacity so that whenever you send a video to your friend, it gets stored somewhere on a server. So the question is, who's paying for those costs?
Then let them continue with the adverts because I'm not going to pay for that cost. Because I mean, like, the also, I get a Mark also owns, Facebook. And when you look at Facebook and Instagram, we're not paying for any storage costs when it comes to those two, to both of them.
Yeah,
and they're under one company. So I don't think it makes sense for us to pay storage unit also on WhatsApp.
Look, as someone that's in the tech space, this is something I know. Like, for example, right here in studio, we store videos, right?
A lot.
Right. And these videos, yes, they are Vooka videos. However, imagine if we were doing this for other people. And it's like, no, do it at no cost. It's fine. This is what we expect, and that's it. So I think for me, there are some services that whenever we pay for them, we get a better experience, right? Meaning that if you were to pay for a Netflix or a Showmax, And I've seen with Showmax, they've also introduced ads, but it's like ads that are relative to Showmax, right? But not like outside,
something that's
right?
outside of the context. I think that's how they actually manage to win people over, in terms of people actually paying for the ads but not necessarily being aware that they actually pay for the ads. Maybe that's something that WhatsApp Meta could actually look into doing. Because in that way, most people won't even notice that I'm literally paying for ads, because it's ads that are related to what I'm using at that current moment. So in a way, it's a bit of a blindfold, but at the same time, it's a two-way street. They also benefit from paying the ads, and then we also benefit because we get to still keep on using the service that they offer
At no cost. Yeah. Because in terms of revenue models, right, either it's a subscription model or it's going to be the advert model. But for some people that can't pay for it, it's fine. You will see ads. That's how they make money. And if you can, then you pay for the subscription. And sometimes it has to be a bit of both, because, I mean, Showmax is still 99 Rand, I think, right? Yeah, it's 99. Yeah. Because compared to your Netflix and your other streaming services, it's kept at 99 because they still want to keep the price affordable. But at the same time, yes, we want to make it affordable. And then let's also introduce some adverts so that we can try and cover the cost of running the business, right? So some models use both. Some it's like purely subscription based. So for example, started using the iPhone. The iPhone's good, right? But not a lot of people in SA make use of iMessage. So whenever you subscribe to the Apple ecosystem, at least you are paying for a lot of these things, but some of that money gets kicked back into some of the services that they run, right? Meaning that I don't think in the near future iMessage would come at a cost, because somehow the cost is embedded in using just the iPhone, right? But with WhatsApp, trust me, we're going to start paying for it. But there are other alternatives, right? There are other alternatives. There's something, an app that is local, Moyo Messenger. And that one was 0 rated.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
I remember that Moyo. It's literally there's Moyo, and then there's the Moya app. So Moya app is also another South African invention where you literally can get a chance to also chat with people free of charge. So I once used it, but I'm not quite sure if you can chat with the people that you have on your contacts using the app. But I know that you can chat to like different other people using the app. And then the app, it makes money because it has like your lotto inside the app. It comes in with an installed lotto system inside the app. And then there's also another application from like the Department of Education. Udemy is also part of the app. So you can literally do your Udemy education
Some
from
courses
the
in
app.
there.
Some courses from
Yeah,
the
yeah.
app. There's some games that you can play within the app. You can play lotto within the app. You can do so many things within the app. So that's how they cover their costs.
Yes.
Because they manage to include so many different departments under one app that you can find within the app itself. And that's how they manage it. And then another thing with Showmax, I see that the other way for them to actually even manage their cost is the fact that they've partnered with DSTV.
Well, Showmax is, yeah.
Well, they do
it's
have
under.
it's under DSTV. So
Yes.
either way, when people actually pay for the DSTV, that means that some of that amount probably gets shifted towards Showmax, because you can get
Yeah.
Showmax on its own, and you can get the DSTV plus the Showmax.
At a discounted rate. Yeah. Yeah. Now, I mean, when I used to pay for DSTV, there was that option where you can pay 50 rands and then get Showmax, right? So, I mean, things have changed nowadays. I don't know if you have a satellite, but for most of us, we've gone fully digital by ensuring that we stream. You know, even with my sister, I don't know. I don't think she's going to install a satellite. She still has a DSTV subscription, which is online, but I don't think she's going to get a satellite.
I think that's why DSTV kind of moved on to the TV box, because I see that people are also now interested in streaming. So if you don't want to look at the normal DSTV that you normally find with the satellite dish, you can just get yourself a TV box. As long as you have your Wi-Fi, then you're sorted.
Yeah, no, true. So have you ever heard of a concept called the the mobility experience. That you as an individual, you're the one that's mobile, right? You are mobile. And when talking about our TVs and satellites, these things are stationary, right? Meaning that you can only watch TV if you're at home or somewhere where it's stationary. But the mobility experience is, hey, let's take TV on the road. Let's take...
Oh, yes, the same as
you
what
know?
DSTV did, and the same as when Netflix had like your, when they open up a subscription where you can literally have Netflix on your TV, your laptop, and also on your phone.
Exactly.
No,
yeah.
I think that one kind of created a bit of a buzz because you know that even if I'm not at home, I still have my TV on my phone. As long as I have internet, I still have battery, then I'm sorted. I can still watch my shows from anywhere that I am.
Yep. So before we continue with the mobility experience, because that's an interesting one where you as the person, you're mobile. I mean, I know you watch TV on your phone, right? But the concept of TV has evolved over time, where I was having a conversation with someone and they said, I don't watch TV, I watch YouTube. And then I asked, where? On my TV, but you're watching TV. So maybe the question is, do you still watch the regular programming, whether it is from SABC or DSTV or whatnot? But if it's on a TV, you watch TV. So that's when I realized that, oh snap, I also watch TV. The question is, do I watch the conventional, traditional programming? No, I don't, but I still watch it. And I'll give you an example where I was watching a football match. Ne? Guess where?
YouTube, on TV.
No, not on YouTube. Well, it was on my phone, but it was the SABC app.
Oh yes, Kunji, SABC actually has an app. Oh my gosh, I even forgot that they actually have an app.
Yep, no, they do. So let me just quickly go through the comments right here at the top. So we've got Tembi Mli. What's up, Mom? Wakey, Vooka Nation.
Hello, what's up, Mom?
The second one is a very good morning, team, Vooka Nation, Vooka Breakfast Show, Sivugil, and happy Thursday. Please take care and be blessed. Be blessed as well. And then you can see there's a whole lot of badges, right? So that's the Vooka Nation right there. And then Zinzi coming through saying, good morning, Vooka Nation. Sila and Sivugile. That's dope, man. Keep waking up. And then we've got Tsakani P saying, good morning to Ama Vooka Amahle. Hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. So yeah, Vooka Amahle, that's a term, Stephen. That's right.
It's a thing, not the Vooka soldiers that you've been shot.
I think Vooka Amahle is what the Vooka Nation has voted for, man. Yeah, and it has a ring to it. I'm not gonna lie, it does have a ring to it.
Yeah, so maybe that's the first merch that we're going to release, right?
Yeah, but the problem
Vooka
is that
Nation, Vooka Amahle.
Okay, yeah. I think it sounds better when you say it like that. I'm like putting it into like a singular form or something like that. Because when you still say Vooka Nation or Vooka Amahle, they still literally notice that they are part of our family.
Yeah. And then Sakani B comes through and says, the topic of WhatsApp is interesting. I personally don't think they should bill us using it or include adverts. Right?
Well,
it's just like the SABC. Remember when they've been wanting to switch off the analog signal.
Yeah, and unfortunately, analog signal is still available. I remember that the government...
No, fortunately,
it's still available.
Yes.
I remember that the government opted for this free DSTV, decoders that they offered the community. But then the
pensioners mostly.
And that's the disadvantage
but
about it.
You should pay for it when...
Unfortunately, with that, for me, I say it's a disadvantage because it also comes back to the high unemployment rate. I can barely afford the rent where I live or the food.
Gotcha.
And then now I still need to go find money to pay for DSTV. Because if you don't switch off the analog, at least I still get to watch my SABC 1 until ETV.
Sure.
But if you switch it off, where is that extra money for digital TV going to come from? Which is something I think they should actually sit down and consider that. Not everybody is employed. Sometimes what you have, it's literally from hand to mouth, and it's not literally from hand and then it stays for a while.
True.
So I think for me that's like the unfortunate part. And then fortunately it still hasn't gone off. Some TVs you can still watch like the old analog channels, but on like we call it mkokotlo. Like the old boxes, the one hatchbacks.
Your Quasimodos.
Yeah, your Quasimodos. So if you still have a Quasimodo and the aerial, obviously, you can literally still watch SABC1 up until ETV. But if you have a smart TV, a plasma, you can't. You literally need to get yourself, it's either you get Wi-Fi to watch YouTube, or you literally need to get yourself Netflix subscription or the DSTV.
No, for sure. I mean, speaking of the tube, Gokoto or the Quasimodo, another word for it is the tube. Mm-hmm. And that's how YouTube started, YouTube tube, right?
Oh,
yeah, but the reason I say fortunately is because it's everyone's constitutional right to have access to news, to information from the government. Right, so that's the reason why they will not completely shut it off unless they have created the entire transition. So for now, there's still about 4 million South Africans that are still relying on the analog signal, and it's expensive. I mean, I think we were talking about this the other day, that the shift to digital TV will come at a 90% reduction in terms of cost of operation. So in the BBC, because they did a study in the UK where they saw that 90% of their costs have gone down since they've transitioned from analog to digital, right? And I say this because I'm responding to the comment Tagane about making it like they shouldn't bill us, that it is everyone's constitutional right to have access to information, right? So when you're watching the SABC News, you get access to the weather, you get access to news, warnings, and all of that stuff, right? So in as far as that is concerned, yes, I agree. But if we're talking WhatsApp, is WhatsApp a constitutional right for you to have WhatsApp?
In a way, I'd say it is. The reason being, it's because now you've seen that most news outlets, or for example, us as Vooka Nation, people know that if you miss the show, you can literally go to WhatsApp and just search Vooka Daily, and you'll probably get information about the shows that we've had. So people are getting information from there.
You're right.
So in a way, it is we shouldn't be billed. For example, I don't have a TV at home. I read my news on WhatsApp. As much as I read headlines or whatever, but they still give me an insight about what's happening in the world.
So I think here, maybe not WhatsApp per se, but it's everyone's constitutional right to be connected, to have access to information. So whether you access your information through the analog signal, or you're accessing your information through TV or the internet, but you should have access to getting information. So yeah, hopefully they don't bill us. And the adverts are already there, unfortunately, Takani, so they're there. So have you seen those ads in the status updates?
Yeah, those are the ones that I'm talking about. Out of nowhere pops in an ad from WhatsApp, and they're like, "Yeah, check this out. We got like an animation frame thing going on."
Yeah.
You
Steve,
know,
you've seen it?
Because I also saw that they even posted an ad when they said that you can like increase your what's this? The length of the videos that you post. Because remember, at first, when you posted a video on your status on WhatsApp, it used to be like 30 minutes.
Seconds.
30 seconds. Now it's a whole minute.
I know you would watch a 30-minute vertical video, but it's 30 seconds, right?
So now it's like a whole minute.
Okay.
So they're also doing that. And then right now, if you don't post on your Facebook, you can literally, they've managed to also synchronize the both of them. So you can literally sync your Facebook to your WhatsApp. So when you post the status on your WhatsApp, you can choose to share it to Facebook, and it also appears on Facebook by like on the 24-hour status option. So that's like a good thing. So for me, I'd say the adverts could stay, because that's also a way of them earning income and not billing us. So I'd go for that one, unlike having them bill us.
Yeah, so Zenzi comes through and says, I think WhatsApp, including adverts or a subscription, will open an opportunity for other app developers to create a new communication app that's for free, because the reality, we prefer not to pay premiums, right?
That's true.
A lot of people are actually they've got a lot of subscriptions. I mean, once upon a time, I think I haven't taken stock or inventory of the amount of subscriptions that I have. So I've got, I almost said Netflix, I've got Spotify, right? Spotify family subscription. And I share this with my family, right? So that's a subscription that I'm paying for. But I remember once upon a time I had Apple TV, I had Netflix, and I had Spotify. And that's just on a personal level. And also from a business level, the music that you hear in the background, that's also a subscription. So how many subscriptions have you had at one point in your life where you see yourself paying for subscriptions or services?
Dololo. I dodged that bullet. Dololo. Like,
Yeah.
I've never had to pay for subscriptions. I don't even have a Spotify account. I don't even Netflix. No, my friend used to share his password with me, and then I gave up on that one. I don't. For me, I'm a very. You could say I'm a bit picky in a way. So the other reason why I don't like subscribing is because I feel like I need to remain faithful towards that, and sometimes I get bored with other content that they actually put out there. So hence, I don't subscribe to anything.
So what do you have to say for the Vooka Nation members? That
No,
have
I subscribe
the
to
channel?
I subscribe to Vooka. That's the only one that I subscribe to. But I'm just saying, like, if we're talking about paid subscription, I do not have any paid subscriptions.
No, but to be a Vooka member, you have to subscribe and pay.
It's the only one that I'm willing to die for. The
Okay,
rest,
no, got
no,
you.
they must count me out.
Got
It's
you.
only Vooka that I'll subscribe to, that I have subscribed to, and will pay for. The rest, count me out. No, count me out. I am not subscribing to your Netflix. I'm paying for it. Your Showmax, I'm paying for it. That'll probably happen maybe down the line, but for now, no. I think the only thing that I'll probably subscribe to in terms of payment-wise, besides Vooka Breakfast Show, obviously, would probably be like your Prime and Disney.
Yeah.
The reason why for especially Disney is because, yes, believe it or not, I still believe in princesses.
Yeah, man. So in terms of these new communication apps, sorry about that. In terms of these new communication apps, some not so new, but then there's also Telegram.
It's been around for
remember when
quite a
WhatsApp
while.
was down?
Yeah, and then like a whole lot of people had to go and use Telegram and download Telegram. I also downloaded Telegram once upon a time and actually used it.
Yeah.
I found it very confusing, and then I gave up and deleted it.
I mean, there's also, Steve, you can share this one on the screen. There's also Signal as well, right?
Never heard of it.
Yeah, so during the time when WhatsApp was acting up, there was also Signal for mobile, and you can also use it on desktop, where you've got the Android application and you've got the iPhone or iPad application, as well as on the desktop as well. So this was also a worthy application. Some people used it, but I think the reason why people don't gravitate towards using alternative ones is the community of people that we've built around us. Because if everyone's using WhatsApp and then you're the only one on Signal, eventually you will lose interest, right? So because people are using WhatsApp, you'll just also fall in line as well. That's the reason why.
Yeah, and unfortunately, these days, in terms of business-wise, business deals, or selling anything, most companies also have a WhatsApp line instead of like a Signal or Telegram line. So you'll definitely end up leaving those and actually coming back to WhatsApp or eventually joining WhatsApp, because now you need to also bridge your way of communicating, because I've noticed that some companies or some people don't actually answer their DMs or like Facebook and stuff. So instead, they like leave their WhatsApp number on their pages so that you can communicate with them on their WhatsApp line.
Yeah. I mean, talking about some of these alternatives, yes, there's Telegram. The nice thing about Telegram is you can upload huge files. In fact, there was a time where I started seeing some not videos, movies being posted on Telegram. Do you know that?
Oh yes, yeah. Some people actually use Telegram to like post movies and movie links that lead you to sites or some apps for like downloading movies. That one I do know about it because I remember there's a time I asked my friend, I'm like, you know what? I wanted to see like a short docu about something. It's like, no, just go download Telegram. Telegram is everything. Now you no longer need like your face, your natural subscriptions like your Showmax, your Prime and whatever. Just go to Telegram and you'll get all of that. I'm like, wait, isn't like Telegram used for like communication? Why do people have movies on that platform? So for me, I found it a bit weird that okay, now Telegram is now turned into like a movie site instead of like the original use that it was meant for, which is basically communication.
Look, it makes sense. Like if just like WhatsApp, if you bought WhatsApp data, né, and maybe your service provider has Telegram data, you know it's cheaper, but you can still get other things inside Telegram. So rather than buying a normal all-net data bundle, you can get a Telegram data bundle, and that's just purely for using Telegram. So yeah, but yeah, guys, that's the conversation pertaining WhatsApp and the new adverts that are coming. In fact, not coming, they're already here. The question is, will WhatsApp then take it a step further to introduce a subscription where people can pay a subscription, monthly subscription, in order for them not to see any ads? But again, I still say they have to pay for these servers. And yeah, it requires money. But Basbambile with the bait and switch, we were baited. There's 2 billion of us. Now they are switching up on us. So it's like a guy, Mark Shela, he will say all the nice things and then he switches up on you, right? Yeah. So that is the story of WhatsApp. Stephen?
Can I just tell you the differences between Telegram and WhatsApp, yeah?
Yeah.
WhatsApp emphasizes simplicity and default end-to-end encryption for all chats, while Telegram offers more features, customization options, and secret chats with end-to-end encryptions.
Yeah, so you know with the end-to-end encryption, basically what that means is that WhatsApp or people at WhatsApp, they cannot see your messages. So what they're seeing is encrypted information. So a K for them could be the letter 2. So they can't really make sense of what's being sent. So it's only end-to-end, meaning you and the person chatting, your devices have keys that can decrypt what has been encrypted.
So it's like a different language only the both of you guys can understand.
Yes, the 2 devices can understand. Correct, yeah. But Telegram also has that. But for simplicity, I agree. Does your grandma use WhatsApp?
Oh, she's always on the socials, that one.
Right, so
She's
but
probably
remember,
on WhatsApp even right now.
guys, sorry about that. I do sincerely apologize. We are experiencing technical issues. In fact, maybe just this weekend we have to reboot the PC because it's been giving us these challenges.
Yeah, tracker.
Yeah,
tracker.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
yeah,
As I
we're
was
back
saying,
online,
so my
yes.
grandmother never wrote SMSs. She would literally wake me up and be like, "Hey, kopotong kwalamo." Or use a phone call. Like even for her to switch on WhatsApp, because I remember she started actually using WhatsApp like last year, and for almost 6 to 7 years, I've been trying to get her on WhatsApp, and she did not want to. You know what made her get on WhatsApp? Kibo comrade. I need to learn my comrade list.
That's where they communicate.
Because everybody now is on WhatsApp. All of the messages are being sent on WhatsApp. Now she had to get with the program. And I was like to her, but like I waited for such a long time for you to actually get on WhatsApp. And you did not want to join WhatsApp. So now you want to join WhatsApp because all of your comrades are there. I'm like, okay, it's fine. Even right now, she still doesn't type. She'll just send a voice note. And I like the way she sends a voice note. Hello, okay, dumelang ke teng wana, okay. I'm like, bro, why are you answering yourself? And she like literally just send a voice note and just literally that's.
Okay, so we sincerely apologize for that. It seems that we are experiencing technical issues, and this is the game that we operate in. Very volatile, but then we are trying to manage that as possible. So, Steve, all is well, and we didn't give people their news update. So, yeah, we're just going to go for a quick ad break, and then once we return, we go straight into the news. See you then.
Escape the ordinary and discover the extraordinary with Swell Appeal Tours. Whether you're a group of friends or a family looking for a memorable getaway, Swell Appeal Tours has you covered. Our all-inclusive tours take you to South Africa's most stunning destinations, from the scenic beauty of Mpumalanga to the vibrant life of Gauteng and the coastal charm of Durban.
Thank you very much for joining us. So I'll be taking you through your news headlines. So starting with the first one, the Sports Minister commends Bavuma's resilience. So Sports Minister Gayton McKenzie praised Proteas captain Themba Bavuma for silencing critics and uniting the nation after leading South Africa to its first ICC title in 27 years. The historic win over Australia earned admiration from fellow champions, including Siya Kolisi, who celebrated the team's heart and resilience. Now, moving on to your second news headline, NPA resumes effort to extradite the Gupta brothers. The National Prosecuting Authority will reapply to extradite the Gupta brothers after the UAE failed to clarify why last year's attempt failed. The previous effort was hindered by jurisdictional issues, and the UAE intend to prosecute the Guptas locally. The NPA addressed Parliament's Justice Committee, reaffirming its commitment to bringing the brothers accused of state capture under Jacob Zuma presidency back into South Africa. And for your third news headline, May inflation holds steady at 2.8%. Annual inflation held steady at 2.8% in May, below the Reserve Bank 4.5% target midpoint. Stats SA released the data Tuesday, surprising analysts who expected a slight rise. The EY Africa chief economist Angelica Goglia credited a stronger rand and lower oil prices for easing inflammatory pressure, but cautioned the global challenges may impact growth soon. Now, moving over to your sports news, starting off with your cricket news, England pick Pope over Bethel for first India test. England have retained Ollie Pope at number 3 for the first team against India, opting against including Jacob Bethel, despite his promising performances. Pope, who scored 171 against Zimbabwe, remains in the lineup as Ben Stokes backs his experience. Bethel has impressed the New Zealand, and West Indies missed Zimbabwe test due to IPL commitments. England squad sees Chris Woke by Bryden Course replacing Sam Cook and Gus Atkinson. Pope will need to improve his record against India and Australia as England prepares for the Ashes tour later this year. Now, moving on to your football news, Bolton Wanderers confirm friendly encounter with Orlando Pirates and Marbella. Orlando Pirates will face Bolton Wanderers on 11 July 2025 at Marbella, Spain, as part of their European pre-season tour, and tradition started under former coach Jose Rivero. The fixture holds sentimental value due to Mark's Fish legacy, who starred in both clubs. Bolton new coach Steven Schumacher will use the match to prepare for their League One campaign. This marks Pirates' third consecutive preseason in Spain, following previous friendlies against Sevilla SC and Plymouth Argyle. And then also for your other football news, Miguel Cardoso reacts to Africa's first FIFA Club World Cup victory. Mamelodi Sundowns secured a historic 1-0 win over Houston HD, becoming the first African team to win the expanded FIFA Club World Cup. Ikram Reyes scored a defensive goal with 2 others disallowed by VAR. Coach Miguel Cardoso praised the team's tactical discipline and emotional control, especially after a weather delay allowed for key adjustments. Despite not adding a second goal, Cardoso landed the players' commitments and the significance of the victory for the club, their families, and African football. Sundowns now top Group F ahead of Detmond and Fluminense. So that's it for your sports and news headlines. Make sure to follow the Vooka Breakfast Show and use the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show and to keep updated with the news and traffic that we offer. So yeah, let's get back to the show. Faberry, how's it?
It's so good. It's so good. We turn off my mic. It's so good, man. And then you know what? I saw some pretty interesting comments coming from Uzinzi.
Yeah.
Zinzi came back again on WhatsApp and said, not on WhatsApp, sorry. You see me, because we're busy talking about WhatsApp on YouTube. And she said, I might feel the brunt for this comment, but WhatsApp can start billing businesses that use WhatsApp because they gain financially from it. Us who use it for personal reasons should be exempted.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Then in terms of billing, yes, they should not bill people or ordinary users, but they can serve them ads, right?
I think that's probably maybe how it actually works. You may find out like your Daily Sun that has a WhatsApp channel, you News 24, BBC.
I mean, we have a WhatsApp channel.
Yes. So you find out that we actually pay for that one because in the world of WhatsApp, we are a business. And for us, again, we still use it for personal use. We just don't get billed, but instead we get adverts. Like, one must die. We can't just have both of them die. It's either we pay for it or we accept the world of adverts.
Yeah. Well, we'll see how this one plays out, but there are other alternatives out there. But again, it's based on the group, what people are using. Right. Yep. So let's then move on to our daily bread. Right. Daily bread. It's a practice that we. This is bread we eat on a daily basis right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show, and today is no exception. So we're gonna give you the daily bread, starting off with today in history, and just showing you some of the things that took place today in history, so that when you're at a barbecue or braai, you can always say, hey, did you know this and this and this happened? Okay, so let's start with the first one here. So in 2014, the 4th Critics' Choice Television Awards, Orange is the New Black. Remember that? They win their Best Comedy Series. Breaking Bad wins Best Drama Series.
Can we be honest?
Yeah.
Is Orange the New Black even a comedy series?
Hey man, Orange is the New Black is a great comedy series. It's like
or maybe I was watching it on a very serious and a very intense note that I missed the comedy in that series for me. Because for me, it was all about, oh my gosh, female prison, yeah.
So it's like,
where we go and see that was going on in my head.
So it's like you see your dark jokes. It's something like that. You have to really read between the lines.
Oh, I missed those lines. Mia was in there for the female survivors, and then literally having a transgender woman inside the female's prison, and then having a mentally unstable person in prison instead of a mentalist that I was like, okay, y'all doing something very hard to out here, right?
Yep. I haven't seen it, but I've read the reviews, and in fact, there's a lot of things I haven't seen that I still need to watch. So definitely this one is in my bucket list. So the television awards season kicked off Thursday night with the 4th annual Critics' Choice Television Awards, where Netflix, Orange is the New Black, and FX Fargo were the big winners. So taking home 3 awards each, Breaking Bad captured the Best Drama Series on the night, right? So... yeah, I haven't also seen Breaking Bad.
Yeah, I also haven't seen it. I have also haven't seen it.
But wait. Is Breaking Bad the dad that, the opening scene is in a trailer and he's making drugs to survive, right?
So Breaking Bad it's a teacher, right?
Yeah,
school
a teacher,
high
yes.
school teacher. That
a chemist.
A chemist, specifically a chemist. Goes into the drug business to help out because his house was about to go under the bank. The bank was going to eat it.
Yeah.
His wife wasn't working. So the only way to make money was to cook up. So he partnered up with one of his students that knew who to sell these things to. And then they made a fortune.
So he became a kingpin.
So he also first created them in a trailer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I've seen the first episode, right? Because again, people are raving about it online, and I'm like, hey, it's something I need to see.
Aren't you like one of those people basically basically want to watch something after the dust settles?
Yeah, for
Yeah, that's definitely me. Like you guys can go and brag about something. Like for example, when Game of Thrones came out, oh my gosh, people were busy out there bragging about it. I watched it like literally when people stopped watching it.
Yeah.
Because for me, that was like, okay, now I can gain the full experience for myself. Because if I told people have watched it and I'm still on season 1, episode 1, but never go season mang, now I need to put myself under pressure so I can catch up. I'm not gonna fully indulge in it.
That's the thing, man. You're gonna watch it. Everybody has watched it. Like, let's say you watch it a month after it dropped. Yeah, everybody's paused it. Now you watch.
Is your mic switched on?
Yes, it's on. Can you
Okay.
hear me?
No.
No.
You can't hear me.
No.
Okay, cool.
Sorry, Steven.
So, yeah, man.
Sorry, we can't hear you. But anyway, moving on. So the first Father's Day was celebrated in Spokane, Washington. So the first Father's Day was celebrated on the 19th of June, 1910. That's more than 100 years ago in Spokane, Washington, thanks to Sonara Smart Dodd, who wanted to honor her father. Maybe that's like the first known celebration, right? But I think Father's Day has maybe been there for quite some time. So a Civil War veteran who raised 6 children alone after their mother died, inspired by a Mother's Day sermon, she rallied local churches and the YMCA to support the idea, leading to the first citywide celebration that eventually sparked a national tradition. So is this a national tradition because we celebrated in SA? So
No, I think now, by then, it was a national tradition because now everybody in the US started celebrating it. But right now, it's now a global celebration.
yeah. For me personally, I think Father's Day is every day because as soon as I come through and I see my daughter, the way she smiles and looks at me, that's like Happy Father's Day, right? So for me, it's a daily tradition, and hopefully for you guys at home, you are experiencing the same, right? Cool. So yeah, the next one today in history. So in 1913, Natives Land Act, that was the Act number 27 passed in South Africa, confines Africans to hopelessly overcrowd reserves and deprives them of rights to purchase land outside the native reserves, right? That was in 1913.
So this is probably the act that has led to what we now have as the land. I can't say that word.
Reformation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for probably for the land reformation, because it was released then that we couldn't buy land, especially if they put you in Dobsonville, you can't go buy land in Krugersdorp. Imagine. So why would you do that? And I don't understand why it's now becoming a fight over us literally getting back the land that was originally ours, and when we were forced to be put in native land that was not originally ours, and basically be crowded, because that's how we're currently living. We're living in crowded places. That's why sometimes you'll find people say, I can marry zone 2 is for people who speak this language, because we're put up in different
Segregation.
sections. Yes, according to the languages that we speak. So now it's time for us to get what's ours, man.
Yeah, because essentially this was aimed at regulating the land, where people buy, and all of that. So it was also subsequently renamed the Bantu Land Act, meaning that, black people, people of color, people of the sun can only buy land in certain areas. Right? So all the habitable land, the good land, that one, they were restricted from doing that, right? So this act was passed on in 1913. So that's more than 100 years ago, right? As much as we say that...
and it was actually, if you watch that, it actually changed in the same year, 1913. It also changed from basically Natives Land Act to Bantu Land Act and Black Land Act. Like, oh, guys, what was going on in your minds, man?
Hey, the warfare is still continuing because the minority owns 90%, and then the 90% only has 10% of the land, of which most people don't even own, right? But yeah, this happened in 1913, so it's more than 100 years ago. And yeah, the struggle continues. Aluta?
Continua.
Exactly. Now, talking about some inventions made by South Africans, because in terms of celebrating our own and becoming patriotic, that, you know what, guys, we are able to compete with the world. There's these students that created this electrical car from a school that was highlighted. I think it was last month.
Oh yes, we did actually play
Yeah.
that video where we saw the kids creating an electric car basically in
Sure.
their school, and that was pretty awesome, might I say.
Yep. So, coming to one of the inventions made by South Africans, Pintonage. Pintonage, South Africa's signature red wine grape, was created in 1924.
Pinotage.
Pinotage.
It's not Pintonage. It's Pinotage.
Pinotage. Taj.
Yes.
Not Tage.
No, Taj. That's my
Taj.
favorite wine blend. Please do not butcher it. That is my favorite wine blend. Don't tell me about Merlot, Sauvignon Blanc, or Shiraz. For me, it's a Pinotage.
A Pinotage.
Yeah.
Right, a Pinotage. South Africa's signature red wine grape was created in 1924, right, by Abraham Isaac Perrault by crossing Pinot, which is Nior. And so these are what terms that are Italian for wine, I suppose. Yeah, so Sinit, called Hermitage, whatever. After nearly being lost, the seedling were rescued. And, okay, so 1924, Pinotage was created, and it's a famous South African wine. So it's a blend, right?
Yeah, and it's actually only available in South Africa because when you look at the red wine blends, there is no Pinotage. So Pinotage is uniquely a South African blend in terms of red wine.
So meaning that in terms of, there's a word I'm looking for where you, not copyright, but...
Trademark.
No, trademark is a name usually that you would trademark, and yeah, it belongs to you. But patents, yes, patents, right? Where only South Africans can produce this kind of wine.
I'm not sure if there's actually a patent around it, but I do know that for sure it's a South African, like purely South African blend, and no other country actually produces it unless they've also started to blend in their grapes to make their own Pinotage grapes. But otherwise, it is originally from South Africa, and it's a blend of wine that you normally would find in South Africa. Normally in other countries, you'd find your Merlot, your Shiraz, your Cabernet Sauvignon, but barely your Pinotage.
Let's go to Paris, yo. Let's go to Paris.
Unless they literally exported from South Africa and to Paris and other parts of the world, yeah, then you'll find it. I remember, if you remember, when we had Doug, I commented on YouTube when I was at home because it was my off day. And I asked him, and I told him about my favorite wine blend. And he said, because not a lot of people actually do drink Pinotage. Most people go for like your Merlot and your Shiraz. Those are like your popularly known red wines. So only a few people actually do drink Pinotage. Pinotage is a mixture of like your Merlot and your Shiraz, but it's a bit stronger compared to just having your Merlot and Shiraz alone.
Hey, man, let's go to Paris. Yes. And when we get to Paris, Stephen, you're going to order, right?
Oui, oui.
And you're going to say to the waiter, can we have a Pinot, like say those French...
No, bruh, my French is rusty. The only thing that I can still remember and how to say in French is basically the greetings. Bonjour, ça va, comment ça va bien, merci à toi, comment tu t'appelles? Je m'appelle Afriberry et vous, and you would say, je m'appelle Steven et vous. And then they'll also ask you...
And then order the wine, Gemage.
Yeah, I have to go back to my Congolese friends, then I'll come back and...
No, just say, you know... Can I have a Pinotage or...
Je suis Pinotage.
Exactly, right? So, Paris it is.
Yes.
Yeah.
And have some croissants and macaroons.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. Look, talking about wine and food and all of that, you've seen these videos about fake food and apparently but noodles are not like real food, right? You've seen that. Not really plastic, but, well, let's just say synthesized in a way, right?
I think there's a difference, like, because when you go to, like, basically your traditional, typical Chinese roots, you'd find there's, like, there's something called rice noodles. Those ones are like much more clearer, a bit more thinner and transparent.
Yep, I want the ones from China because they're the original noodle kings.
Don't worry, we'll go to Campus Square after the show.
But anyway, today is National Real Food Day, right? So don't have noodles today, Steve. Don't have noodles because today is National
Real Food Day.
So Real Food, celebrated on the 19th of June, encourages healthier eating by embracing fresh, unprocessed ingredients through fun meals, recipes, family cooking activities, making nutritious foods both delicious and social, right? So yeah, let's cook today, but
we cook every day.
I mean, on Tuesday we were talking about lemons and citrus and oranges, and there's wild lemons that have these huge seeds inside, right? So I was once told that even if it is a fruit, because we think all fruits are healthy, we think all veggies are healthy. In theory, they should be, but if you get an orange or a seedless nachi, you should be concerned. There's a problem because in its purest natural state, it should have seeds because that's God's law to say whenever you have a fruit, it should have seeds so that you can plant it and grow another tree, right? So if it's seedless, hey, be worried. Be worried. Grapes that are seedless, I know you love seedless grapes because imagine eating grapes and you keep spitting. But for you to get, I don't know, it's cool now, but for you to get proper healthy fruit, they should have seeds.
Yeah. I think that's why I also like my dates. I haven't had dates in forever. I remember when I was working at one of the events, a golf tournament that happened earlier this year for females, and I asked my boss, my employer at that time was like, so do you want dates? He was shocked because he's married. So he's like, so you say what? I'm like, do you want dates? He's like, what is this person asking me? Then I pulled them up and I'm like, no, do you want dates? Because for me, I love dates. The reason being is because they're naturally sweet and they're also good for like your digestive system, regulator, because I do have a bit of stomach issues. So whenever I have my dates, I know that it's going to help me just like literally flush out whatever toxins are in my body. And then it also helps the system to work itself naturally. So unlike castor oil, having dates for me is like a much more better option because I hate castor oil.
Interesting.
So there's three production methods of making synthesized foods, and one of them is 3D printing. So
yeah, they've once 3D printed a steak before.
Yeah, they're still doing it. So some synthetic foods are produced using 3D printing technology, which allows for precise control over the texture and composition of the food product.
Yep.
So yeah, it's
so the best way for you to ensure that you're having the good stuff, right, is either grow your own food or at least know a farmer where you know that they make good stuff. But so when you get a chicken that is, a hard body Navara, you know that's good chicken, right? Rather than buying processed. Yeah, because good chicken, you can't chew those bones.
But
you can't.
With the 3D printing, man, it's concerning because I know with 3D printing, it's plastic, burnt plastic, right? That takes the shape off.
Yeah, true. But they found a way because when you break down food down to its core essence, right?
Yeah.
They found a way
on
to
a molecular level.
Yeah. They found a way to say, look, because the molecular structure of steak consists of these atoms, protons, you name it. Mm-mm. So they found a way to reproduce that in a lab.
That's crazy.
Right? And this makes me think of, remember the Matrix when that guy was like, I know the steak is not real, right? And but it's fine. I'm willing to. My brain says it's real, so I might as well just eat.
And then it also comes back to when you watch your Star Trek, because in Star Trek films, basically in the future, what you eat is not the original thing like you'd find it in like the old Earth that used to be there, but you'd have synthesized things because you know that oils normally pop up, you like Earl Grey, and then it pops out there, but it doesn't have a tea bag. And Earl Grey has a tea bag. But in Star Trek, there's no tea bag. And then I remember I was watching Star Trek Picard, and then they once traveled back to like the original Earth, but in that series it was like back in like 2014, and like, oh my gosh, it's like nice to have a proper real steak, and like the steaks that we are having right now in space. So in space they're just having like they're still having protein, but it's like 40% protein and then 60% man-made.
We lost you again, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, can hear you now.
I was saying it's crazy. It's scary times we're living in, man. Because we've been watching these movies since the beginning of like the 90s, right? They've been saying these things, and everything has came to pass. So, what's going on? Is this predictions? Is it I don't know, man. What's going on?
For me, I'll take it down as predictions. I mean, like, everybody never
is it
paid
life?
much attention to what happens in The Simpsons, and then Jiggy the predicted COVID, and people were like, hey, remember episode Ban from The Simpsons, and this is what happened.
I think it's their way, and by me saying they're the people that are controlling these things, it's their way of making us getting used to these things before they actually happen. Like, so you can actually take it in properly once it does happen.
Conditioning.
Yeah, conditioning. Yes, yes.
Look, grow your own food. That's all I can say. You can start small. You can cut a 20-liter bucket, put some soil in there, grow some tomatoes, right? Yeah, so... But today is National Real Food. Real food, guys. Real food. Real food, yeah. So no noodles or anything that's not real. Okay. And then in terms of, because you were talking movies, I've got a game for you guys a bit later on. And hopefully, guys at home, you should also
It doesn't
participate.
include that nasty animal, ne?
No. I mean,
thank you.
we come with fresh games. An animal is an animal.
No, but
Right?
it's like looking at I don't even want to see a hairless cat. Like, it looked nasty.
But I think people should take things for what they are. It's an animal, it exists, it's there, right? Cool. So in terms of where we are for the calendar, today is the 170th day of the year. 170th. So 170 days ago, we were like, yo, it's a new year. And, I want to fulfill my dreams. And we're 170 days in now.
Lucky for me, I never plan any resolutions. I'm like, I wing it. I don't want to lie. I've tried in the past to like do resolutions, and nothing ever goes the way it's supposed to go. So for me in my head, I've kind of like put in like maybe a whole concept that not everybody is meant to have resolutions. And half the time you find that sometimes winging it for some people is what makes them help become their dreams, help their dreams come true in a certain way, because you never know what's coming. Because for me, I feel like when I have a resolution, it's me forcing nature to do things that I want to do instead of literally going with what nature has to offer. So for me, I chose to no longer have resolutions and literally just let nature do its own work. And I'll just do tweaks here and there where I can, where I have the ability to. Have you ever seen how frustrating it is when you want to plan something and nothing goes according to plan? That's how I feel with resolutions. So I stopped doing that because I saw that it gave me like a whole lot of stress, and I had like endless headaches throughout the whole year. So for me, it was not healthy on my side. Hence, I also chose to give it up.
Look, it's granted, right? Things don't always go according to plan. But it's something that we're going to talk about a bit later because it is a Spiritual Thursday. And yeah, we're going to talk about that. Tuguti, I think, we are somehow airbenders. Spiritual fire, we bend things. So we need to be able to bend reality to how we want it to be, right? So by bending doesn't mean, because the reason you have to bend is because life is tough. So I need to bend these things to make sure they happen, right? Cool. But now, yeah, today's the 170th day. And I'm not sure about this one, this 171, if it were a leap year, but it's not a leap year. It's not. It's not, right? So only when it is a leap year, we will then say that. But anyway, it's 170.
So out of curiosity, when it's a leap year, we have 160... we have 366 days. Okay.
Yeah, 66. And It's only now that I understand why. I understand why we have a leap year. I understand.
Wait.
Fully so.
Before you tell I'm a
No, hold that thought, Steve. I think it's fine. We'll put it on 2 screens. We'll have the spiritual conversation around
cool. Yeah.
the calendar, right? Yeah, because just the other day, you guys were talking about the African calendar, the Gregorian calendar.
Yeah.
So remember, I've got a theory now, but we're going to talk about that because New Year is different for whatever part of the world you're in.
Ethiopia,
The same goes for even with China. They'll celebrate New Year like I think a couple of days after the actual New Year celebration that is like globally known. And their New Year lasts a bit longer. It's not like a one-day celebration. It lasts a bit longer. So, yeah, we all have different cultures when it comes to celebrating the New Year. The same goes for Christmas.
I'm talking about stuff that's irrefutable, where one can say, Kwashabalala or Mangwenyana, we choose to celebrate it like this. But I'm talking about something that it's an observable, it's objective, that this is how it is, right? But we're going to talk about that. So, yeah, we've got 27 weeks remaining. And there's also 195 days that are left until we say Happy New Year. But we'll talk about that. Talk about that. Cool. And then in terms of celebrity birthdays, do you know KSI?
KSI, Gema.
Yep.
You do?
So I know
today.
KSI.
Yeah.
It's his what?
It's his birthday.
For real?
Yeah.
Alright. So KSI, for the people that don't know, KSI is a YouTuber and a streamer.
For sure.
Yeah, from the UK, but right now is in the US. So yeah.
Yeah, making big things, right? So he's turning 32 years old because he was born 1993. So an interesting fact about him. Thanks, Stephen, for the segue. He is a YouTuber, right? So he gained fame through FIFA video games commentary on his YouTube channel, which he started in 2011 and has amassed over 25 million subscribers. One of his influencers behind one of the influencers behind the Prime energy drink. Remember that whole controversy back then when Prime first came
that
into
made
the country?
I remember there was like a whole controversy that Prime will like make your kid like literally extra hyper. So like no, consume it as an adult. Just don't give it to kids and stuff. I never even drank that drink because it was freakishly, unbelievably way too expensive.
But Prime's nice though.
I never had
it's
it.
Nice. So there's the 40 Rand Prime, and then there's one for 400 Rand.
Emanyan, what does the 40 Rand Prime come with?
Can I just clarify
Let me show
something,
you.
ma'am? With the 400 one, that was a mistake.
No.
Wasn't that a mistake? They made a mistake.
No.
Didn't they make a mistake?
No, in the US, the Prime is $40.
Okay.
$40, right?
40
so
by 16.
Yeah, so
By 18,
if you were to bring it this side, it would be close to 700 rands. So the one in the US it's $40, and there was Prime here for 400 rand, and then they created another one for 40 rand. So I've bought all of them, and man, they're quite nice. It's very nice.
Prime is a nice energy drink.
And there's also one in a can as well. So let me show you the one in the can.
Yeah, please.
So this one is a fizzy drink.
What does the Prime come with? 400 rand, 40 rand.
Hey, because Checkers had exclusive rights, because you couldn't get it at Pick and Pay, you could only get it at ShopRite or Checkers, right? No, I'll tell you once I find it. Because, you could only get it at Checkers and all of that. So when they first came through, they were 40 rands. And then people went, they bought it. I bought it, had my reviews. And I like it. I like the red one. I like the blue one.
Which one did you buy? Did you buy the 40 rand one or you went
40 rand. Ooh. I couldn't find the one for 400, but I wanted it because I wanted to compare the difference. I mean, you will find people that are seasoned, especially with wine, Pinotage. They'll tell you that this blend is better than this. So I wanted to do the same because I love these kinds of drinks, right?
Okay.
Anyway, so you could only get it at those stores, and you could also get it from your filling stations like your Caltex, which is now, forgot the name, but yeah, that's where I bought it from. So there's also the can one, but this one is a fizzy drink, right? It's a fizzy drink. It's about almost the same price as Red Bull. Almost the same price as Red Bull. Just trying to see. There we go, Stephen. Can you see the cans there? Yeah, so this is also very nice. I enjoy this as well. But yeah, that's KSI, guys, because he did this with Paul.
Yeah, Paul.
Yeah, Paul. Okay, so happy birthday to him. He's 32 years, and yeah, making the most, man, making the most. So you don't have to wait. Vooka Nation, wake up, do something. If your son wants to be a streamer, look at KSI, right? KSI, they started their own brand. And I don't think streaming is the final destination, but it is a segue for you to do bigger things, right? So yeah, that's dope. So happy birthday to him.
With streaming has shown us, like for example, your prime, not prime, sorry, your iShow Speed. There's a guy called iShow Speed that works with
He's
KSI.
big now, eh?
He's big now. I mean, you can see he started from his
He had a
bedroom.
China tour, right?
Yes, he does.
Oh yes, I remember that in China tour, the Chinese guys were going mad.
Yeah.
They're like, "Oh my gosh,
And you know
I got
what's
your
crazy?
T-shirt."
But he's crazy, man.
But you know what's crazy? Every country invites him, so he comes over. After he goes to that particular country, and after he leaves, guess what happens to the tourism section that side?
It booms.
Yeah.
Booms.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
He
So
must
he's like
come to
he's
the
like
Vooka Breakfast
he's
Show
like an
so we can
ambassador
boom.
of some sort. So yeah, man.
But can you
Streaming
keep up?
leads
Can
to
you
a lot
keep
of
up with
stuff.
their energy though?
Yeah. Personally, I can.
iShow Speed.
Yeah.
We got this.
Okay, just let's for the next 5 minutes, right? We're
Yeah.
gonna impersonate iShow Speed.
Thing
Right?
is,
So I'm just gonna lower the
Okay.
mics just a little bit because he shouts.
he's very loud. Yeah.
He's very loud. He's very loud.
Does that mean movements involved also, or just vocals?
No. We can let's because it's a start. We can start here, right? And yeah, if we get this right, then we will
Okay.
do movement. But anyway, with KSI, yeah, man, he's a YouTuber, amassed 25 million subscribers, known for playing FIFA, and he's also a hip hop artist. So he also does music, and is also one of the influences behind the brand Prime Energy, right? So yeah, we should also start our own. And then the next one is Boris Johnson. Boris Johnson's birth year was June 19th, 1964. And yeah, they are 61 years old this year. So an interesting fact about them is that
Why do you say
he
them?
creates...
Why do you say they are? They. It's something that you do instead of singling out that it's one person. Instead of saying he is.
Which I'm not sure in this case because...
Boris Johnson, it's a man.
You see,
But what I'm saying is
I
that
didn't know that.
Yeah, you said they are.
Which is the safest option? Now
Okay.
imagine someone says she, like, hey, dude, it's a guy, right? So, created scandal. In fact, he created scandal wherever he goes. So he's famous for. He's scandalous.
If I'm correct, the Boris Johnson that we're probably talking about is the former prime minister.
That Johnson.
Yeah.
No, that guy. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. I'll pull him up here, Stephen.
1964.
Yeah, no, that's
That's the person that we are talking about.
That's the guy when we had COVID, right? He was saying, Guti, all South Africans must be screened and all of that. So,
Yeah, that man with the weird hair. No, he was like very famous. He was a very UK prime minister, more especially around COVID. Like a whole lot of people ended up boycotting for him to like leave. He didn't leave because his term ended. He left because people were fed up about him, especially the people within his country. Imagine country to a point where that's what happened with Boris Johnson.
yeah, man. Some people have a bad hair day. For him, this is a horrible hair day. No, it's not even horrible. For him, this is...
This is natural for him.
This is horrendous, man. I mean, even Einstein's hairstyle is better.
No, but for him, that's a normal norm. Like, he'd literally go to parliament looking like that.
Oh, damn, bars. Anyway, happy birthday, bro.
All right, moving right along. Boris Johnson, they. Okay?
Oh.
Cool. So, who else is on our birthday list here? So, Nuno Mendes. 23 years old this year.
You can't wait for your
So,
crush.
Nuno,
Relax.
do we have a picture of Nuno there, under the pictures there? Yeah, just click play. There. Stephen? So that's Nuno Mendes, June 19th, 2022. So, Stephen, yeah, she's your age group, right? So an interesting, no, you see, it's a he now.
It's a he.
Man. brother, you good, brother?
Okay.
Yeah, it's a male. Just for clarity, it's a male. It's not a female.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so he joined the Sporting CP Academy at the age of 10. This academy has produced many top-tier footballers, including Cristiano Ronaldo. Okay, so he's a footballer. Cool. So he's a professional soccer player who has played left back for the Portuguese national men's team and Sporting CP, which is Club de Portugal. Okay, so that's his. So he's also on Instagram, and yeah, man, he's got like 1.2 million fans on his account, the Instagram account. So happy birthday to him. And then we also have Zoe Saldana, right?
Yes.
And these are people that I know, right? Because yeah, I love her on screen.
They want me to stop doing this. If you watch Avatar, then you know what I'm doing.
So Zoe was born 1978. So she's 48 years old today, right? Yeah, so you can still take her out on a date, have conversations about what's happening, what's new. Yeah, she still looks good, man. She still looks good. So an interesting fact about her, Saldana appeared in 3 of the 5 highest grossing films of all time.
No,
3 of them.
She's turning 47, not 48.
Not 48.
47.
Hey, she's 48, man.
She's turning 47. My mom was born in 1979. She's turning 46. So trust me, I won't miss a mark on that one. Yep,
turning 47.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. She's turning 47 this year, and yeah, man, she has starred in the 3 of the 5 highest grossing films of all time. And yeah,
of the galaxy, Avatar, Catalina.
So she starred in Avatar. She starred in the second one, Way of the Water. She also played Uhura on the Star Trek films and Gamora in the Guardians of the Galaxy franchise. So you see, you don't have to star in a lot of films, but then you can pick and choose.
Yeah, but apparently for her, as an actor, because of some of the movies, those are the most popularly known ones, but coming up to her, leading up to her actress journey, she literally starred in your romantic movies, your simple ones, basically what I would say, normal. And then when she ventured into your superhero movies, there was once an interview that she once did. She said that in her specs, in terms of the people that she was working with, she was shied upon because she now wanted to star in a movie that included fiction, which is basically your Guardians of the Galaxy, your superheroes and all of that stuff. And for her, it was a huge transition, and she felt a bit she felt a bit hurt, because as an actor, meaning that if you can play the role, then you can literally go act in the movie no matter what the movie is based about. And it kind of hurt her because a lot of people thought that she was just basically toning down her level of an actress because of that.
But,
either way, I love her.
Yeah, with Zoe, bro, all the movies she's acted in, how can I say this now? The characters she's portrayed or embodied are very, very emotional, and she's very good at that. So the first movie she ever done in her life is called center stage, which involves a group of teenagers basically joining the prestigious American Ballet Academy in New York. So, yeah.
Dope. Love her, nonetheless. I love her. So, yeah, let's move on to the word of the day. Equanimity, right? That's the word of the day. So the definition is a serene balance of mind, body, and spirit. Like equilibrium, equalize, equanimity, a serene balance of mind, body, and spirit. So a sentence example is that she accepted both the good and the bad with equanimity. So it's like, yeah, you are balancing. These things are equal. So whether it's good or it's bad, you maintain a good mind, body, soul balance, basically, right? So how would you use the word equanimity?
Through all the chaos that kept happening in her life, she always had a graceful equanimity towards everything.
Towards everything. That's it. Now, your message of inspiration for today, Vooka Nation, is that believe you can, and you're already halfway there, because this is where it starts, guys, where most of us have failed or, we've been defeated because it started here. And I know this when Floyd Money Mayweather said the following, that when he goes into the ring, or even when they are doing the fight promotions, whenever he looks at his opponent in their eyes, he already knows that you've lost, even before the fight. And I think maybe some of us have been there. I know I've been there, where you look at something and you just automatically rule yourself out. So already you have thrown in the towel.
So this goes back to what you were saying about bending.
Exactly.
Yeah. So state of mind, you can actually make your reality what you think of it.
For sure.
Yeah.
100%. Okay. And quote of the day is definition of a hero: a man that falls down and still has the courage to get up and dust himself. So this is Sakipari, the student of life. So the definition of a hero is a man that falls down and still has the courage to get up and dust himself off, or herself, right? So, Vooka Nation, doesn't matter how many times you fall, but please have the courage to get up, and make sure that when you do fall on your back.
With grace.
Make sure you land on your back so that you can get up, right? Because the only place is up, right? So, guys, that's your daily bread, and I'm hoping that you feel nourished because of that, because this is real food, man. This is real food. Apparently, man will not live by bread alone, but from every word that floweth from these mics, right? Yeah, so that's that. So we're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to come back with that game that I promised you. And Afribera, I hope you're ready. I hope you didn't look at the answers.
Where are the answers?
If you didn't, it's fine. Steve, let's just go for a quick break. And when we come back, we're going to dive straight into that game. So it has to do with movies because, hey, today's movie day.
Thursday.
All right.
Hey family.
Hi.
My name is Tisiga Mazibuko Shabalala.
My name is Moketi Maimane.
My name is Musi Miss
My name is Ketsu Mguni.
on the Vooka
Vooka Breakfast Show.
Every weekdays from 7 a.m.
to 10 a.m.
This is where we are going to have our topical discussion featuring various aspects from different fields.
We're going to take care of you, and it's going to be amazing, man. Right now, I'm on the set of the Vooka Breakfast Show, brought to you by the Blinko Network.
Do not forget to subscribe.
That's Vooka Breakfast Show on Facebook and all other social media platforms.
Vooka.
See you there.
Escape the ordinary and discover the extraordinary with Swell Appeal Tours. Whether you're a group of friends or a family looking for a memorable getaway, Swell Appeal Tours has you covered. Our all-inclusive tours take you to South Africa's most stunning destinations, from the scenic beauty of Mpumalanga to the vibrant life of Gauteng and the coastal charm of Durban.
Thanks, guys. Thank you so much. Quiet.
What do you mean, bro? What do you mean, sir? Yeah, man. What do you mean?
Yeah,
bro?
so just
Quiet.
before we start off the game, let me head over to our YouTube channel. So we have a comment from Kolufelo Mokwale saying, morning. I agree with Zinzi. Only business should be built if this gets implemented. It's only fair since they gain financially from it, not us who use it for personal stuff. And then we have Refilo Rasekhanso coming in saying, happy birthday to my little brother, Reauboka Rasekhanso. More love. And then we have Uzinzi coming in. This is the answer to Refile. And Zinzi says, happy birthday to your little brother at Fifi. And then Zinzi and Fifi, they're having their own conversation here.
Hey,
and then Fifi comes back
nice.
and says, at Zinzi, thank you very much. So happy birthday to Refile Rasekhanso's little brother. We hope that he has a wonderful and amazing birthday celebration.
Happy birthday, little brother. Happy birthday, brother.
Happy birthday.
Hello, brother.
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 I hope you're going to get him something, Fifi. Maybe a sherbet.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, get him a sherbet.
I was about to say that Fifi's definitely gonna get him a sherbet.
A sherbet.
Yeah, sherbet is Fifi's thing, so the little brother better understand.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
so it's time for game, right?
The horn's not doing the thing, but I wanted to say happy birthday.
Now we back with the horn again.
Okay, so you guys have watched movies your whole lives, right?
Yeah.
Because I started in black and white.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
joking. But you've watched movies for most of your life.
Are you about to
Yeah.
say
I was about to say, hey, man, you see with the black and white thing. So I might be young, right? I might be young, but
Okay,
I know
bro.
of the VHS tapes because of my grandfather. So with the black and white TV, I'm also familiar with it, with the curving screen there in front, with the knobs on the side. So yeah, man, I do know a thing or two. Yeah.
Oh,
The
yeah,
one
of
that's
those.
sensitive to radio waves.
Yeah.
We had one of those. I remember that with the one with the knob. On the one that we had back at home growing up, is that you could literally dim it. So you could there's a knob that you would turn and make the screen become a bit lighter.
Yeah.
So if I didn't want my family to know that I'm watching TV at night, I literally turned that
Like on
knob
a Saturday, so at night.
Hey, she was out here Emmanuel.
Anyway, moving on, guys.
Yeah,
so,
man.
you know, in movies, there is some iconic phrases that one gets to, like you'll find them as a meme or someone said something in a movie, right? So I've got 10 movies here with me. And just trying to decide whether do we want to... Okay, I'll switch it up. Some of them, I'll play it. You tell me the actor, and then I'll ask you who said this.
I suck
Okay,
at remembering the
The first one
actors.
that we're going to start with is there's a movie, okay? And one of the characters says, frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn. Do you know the movie or the actor, at least?
Frankly, my dear.
Frankly, my dear,
I don't give a
I
damn.
don't give a damn.
Is it action, fiction, drama? Which category does it fall
We
under?
need to get more clues, man.
No, that's it. I think some of them will be easy. So you're not going to need a clue for that one. So this one, I'm not going to give you a clue as well. But yeah,
Hi.
frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn. So let me
That
show
sounds
you-
like, frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn. That sounds like something Sam L. Jackson would say.
Samuel, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, let's skip because we've got 10. Samuel, all right? So I'm going to play the movie. It's actually an old movie, but the meme has been used a lot. Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
Okay.
Okay. So you guys can see it right there, but let me play it for the Vooka Nation.
You go. Where shall I go? What shall I do?
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
Hey, big bro, big bro, I wasn't born, man. I wasn't born, bro.
I wasn't born, bro.
Guys, there's okay. So I'm gonna show you some of these. I don't think you were born for some of them, but you will know them. All right.
Okay.
Let's go to the next one.
Okay.
Cool.
But please give me the title of that movie. I feel like watching it right now.
Every.
What? I'm retro like that.
Yeah, man.
Gone with the Wind.
Gone with the Wind.
Gone with the Wind.
Okay, it's me and it after school.
Yeah. So Stephen, you were not born, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, for this one, I'm gonna ask you guys to close your eyes. The Vooka Nation will see it. You just need to listen to it,
Okay.
and then you tell me the movie and the actor.
Okay, cool.
You guys are ready?
Let's go.
Okay, wait for it.
Could I see her, please?
No, can't see her. She's making a statement.
Where is she?
Look, it may take a while. You want to wait? There's a bench over there.
Wait for it.
I'll be back.
Terminator! Arnold Schwarzenegger!
Right. Now guess when this movie came out. No, wait. You were not born. But guess when this movie came out.
Yeah, I'm guessing. Maybe 1991?
You were not even born as well. No. That's way before that. 1984.
Sheesh.
Oh,
First
my mom
Terminator.
was born by then.
Your mom's not here.
So
don't-
Terminator is
Yeah,
37.
somewhere there. But all I'm saying is you can't say, no, but I wasn't born.
Yeah, cool.
Some movies are very iconic. And
Yeah, and we do know them.
Yeah, but some
cool.
movies, SABC
Cool.
didn't play them because they were not retro enough.
Anyway, so yeah, that's Terminator Arnold, right?
Yeah.
Whoops, got some ads here.
We were going in.
Okay, so here's the next one.
We're closing our eyes though.
No, this one you can watch and tell me the movie and the actor if you can.
Okay.
Do you want a chocolate? I could eat about 1.5 million of these. My mom always said life was like a box of chocolates.
Right. My mom
You never know what you're going to get.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Damn, bro. What's the name of the movie again? I do know the movie. Yeah, I do know the name. It's on the tip of my tongue. Let me just remember it quickly. It's. Oh, come on, bro. I know.
Steve, when were you born?
Brother B.
No. I just want. Okay, is it before or after 1994?
It's after.
Oh, it's
Way
after.
after.
Yeah, so you're not even born. Again.
I mean, I do know this movie, man. It's the guy runs, doesn't know how to use his feet. What's the name of the movie again, man?
Isn't it the one that has
Oh damn! Oh,
Man,
bro,
no.
I hate that.
and this person is facing charges in the US.
Dog. What's the name? It's
Isn't that Cuba Gooding Jr.?
No, man. No.
Okay, let me put you out of your misery. It's Forrest Gump.
Forrest Gump. There we go. Forrest Gump. Yeah. I mean,
I've never watched it.
It's about this kid,
I don't
right?
know songs about Forrest Gump.
Yeah, Tom Hanks. Right?
Yes, Tom Hanks. Yes.
Cool.
Yes.
So let's move on to the
Okay,
next
cool.
one because there's more. So this one is a movie, and the iconic phrase is, "You're talking to me? You're talking to me?"
Oh,
Al
Robert De Niro.
Pacino. No, not Robert De Niro, not Al Pacino. I'm gonna get
Scarface.
Scarface. No. Say it again.
Are you talking to me?
Isn't The Godfather?
The Godfather.
me-
Yeah, I think it is The Godfather. You're right. Yeah.
You talking to me?
Italian on
You talking to me?
De Niro.
You talking to me? Well, then who the hell else are you talking? You talking to me?
Iconic, man. Iconic.
That's iconic.
Yeah.
Right?
That's The Godfather, yeah?
Taxi.
Taxi.
It's
Oh.
Taxi, but it's
Yeah.
the you talking to
so
me.
who said
over-
Robert De Niro here?
I
So
did.
Steven,
I did. Yeah.
Steven gets this one.
Yeah.
It's not Al Pacino, unfortunately.
Are you talking to me?
Nice one, Steve. Yes, I'm talking to you. I would say you're talking to anyone. So
Yeah.
you talking to me?
Yeah, man.
All right. So the next one, the iconic phrase is, "I am your father."
Star Wars.
Yeah. Why do I name the characters?
Star
instead of
Wars.
the movie? Yeah, but
I named the movie. You named the character. Star Wars.
Okay, so let me show the Vooka Nation here quickly.
What happened to your father?
He told me enough.
Skywalker.
No. I am your father. Say what?
Hey, Stewie.
Say woo!
I am your father.
Dopeness.
Yeah.
Let's move on to the next one. It gets harder, guys.
Yeah, let's get it harder.
hard.
Let's see.
Okay, so this one, close your eyes for this one, and tell me if you can pick it up just by hearing the audio. Okay, you guys ready?
Yes, sir. Yeah, ready. Ready. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Say hello to my little
Say
friend.
hello to my little friend. Yeah, man.
Again, I'm debunking the fact that.
Yeah, you've been.
So you know these movies.
Yeah, we know these movies.
You know these
yeah,
movies.
Yeah.
Scarface, who plays Scarface?
It's
That
Tony.
Montana.
No.
No,
No,
I know it's not Tony
it's Al
Stark.
Pacino, yeah?
Al Pacino.
Yeah.
Al Pacino.
Yeah. I almost said the wrong name, bro.
Okay, so for the next one, you guys can watch the thing here. And it's towards the end. Turn up the audio.
What did you do? Nothing. I stirred the tanks.
Whoa. This is Houston. Say again, please.
Houston, we have a problem.
That part, Houston, we have a problem.
Houston, we have a problem.
Isn't it doesn't have to do something with walking on the moon?
No, that's pilots. They pilots in the movie.
I didn't give out again.
Yeah.
Okay, but from the movie, who do you recognize? Who do
I
you see?
recognize
The guy who said Houston, we have a problem, but I don't know his name. That's my problem.
Forrest Gump.
Yeah, it
Same
is.
guy.
Yes.
Tom Hanks.
Yes, Tom Hanks.
Okay.
the name?
Apollo 13.
But
so
it's
you are
been
right.
up.
You
I
are
was
right,
right, naturally, because it
considering,
was the regarding the moon.
No, but you saw it there in the clips because
Yeah,
it was a space.
No, for me, I remember when they
Operation.
said Houston, we have a problem. That's where it came into me.
Houston, we have a
Because
problem.
I know that famous phrase is really from a mission that was supposed to happen on the moon.
Yeah, Apollo 13.
So yeah, we've got about 3 more. But before we continue, so from the ones that I've mentioned, né, frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn. Because I want to find out which one is your favorite. Né?
Okay.
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn. I'll be back. That was the second one. My mama always said, life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get inside.
Can you only choose one, though?
You can only choose one.
I am your
You're
father.
talking to me? Are you talking to me? I am your father. Say hello to my little friend.
Say
hello to my Or Houston, we have a problem. Which one's your favorite so far?
I am your father.
That's your favorite.
You want to know what kind?
Okay, Steve?
Are you talking to me?
That's your favorite.
Yeah, that's my favorite. Yeah.
I like that one.
But what's your favorite from
No,
the
because same
Yeah.
as you talking to me, because it's like he practiced it. He was
Yep.
practicing.
Yep.
And then when the time came, it's like
It happened. He went in the character.
talking to me. Right.
For me,
So
I like
I
the
don't see nobody
disbelief in
behind
Star
me.
Wars when
So you must be talking to me.
for me, I just like the disbelief in Luke Skywalker's eyes when Darth Vader tells him that I'm your father. It's like, no, I'm like, I am your father.
So yeah, no, for the next one, close your eyes and let's have a listen.
Okay.
And one night, he goes off crazier than usual. Mommy gets the kitchen knife to defend herself. He doesn't like that. Not one bit. So, me watching, he takes the knife to her, laughing while
Okay,
he
stop
does
it, please, stop it, stop it,
Joker.
stop it. Yeah, Every,
Joker.
why do you have to do that? Every.
We're not done yet. It's the Joker, yes, but what movie is this and who's starring here?
And he says, why so serious?
This voice, man, it
That's
sounds
the
like.
phrase. That's the phrase. Why so serious? Okay, cool. It's the Joker, but why so serious?
Heath Ledger. Yeah, yeah.
Props to you. And the movie is
The Joker.
No.
Dark Knight.
The Dark Knight Rises. Well, I named the character again. At least I get a point for naming the character again.
No.
In my world, I get a point for naming the
Hey,
character.
man, Heath Ledger kills his character, man. He killed it well.
Does,
he killed
right?
it, yeah.
I mean, there's some actors that are so deep into their roles that they just end up embodying the role in real life.
So what is
Isn't
with,
it the same thing that happened with like the
he had
first
mental
Joker?
issues, yeah.
Yeah,
To a
because
point that he immersed himself so much in the
it's
character.
something called method acting. You know what that is? So method acting. Let me give an example. Let's say I give you a role. The character is drunk. For you to embody that character, you actually have to be drunk. So it's actually doing the stuff. So if I say to you the character,
and you act out of place. Was it a cut? It's like I'm drunk. But
I mean, it's to a certain
do you
degree,
think
though.
they drink alcohol in Hollywood for drunk scenes?
What method actors specifically?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I can say yes because
I wouldn't do that.
no, to a certain
Work
extent.
with, let's just say yes. I'm putting together a movie and there's a scene where someone has to be drunk. You have to act it out. I don't have to give you alcohol.
So with actors, it's different for actors, right? So with this method acting thing and just acting, it depends on the individual. If you feel like you can't act drunk, you have to be drunk. That's the only way for you to do it. But at the same
you're a
time,
superstar, right?
yes, unless you're like Denzel, bro, like you can cry with one eye and stuff like that. Yeah, you know what I mean,
Cry
bro.
with one eye, oh my God.
Yeah, on command, man. So yeah, bruh. But they get drunk to a certain extent. Not really, really drunk, but just enough for the character
Basically,
to be...
they get tipsy.
Yeah, you could say that.
So they're drinking it at work.
So one actor that does method acting is Robert De Niro. Did you know he doesn't smoke in real life? He's edgy. He lives an edgy life. Edgy means no drinking, no smoking, just sober.
Yep, that's me right here.
Yeah.
Okay, so, yep, that is Heath Ledger, the Joker, but Dark Knight 2008. Yeah, so it's a nice phrase. Now, let's have a listen to the next one. It's a recent movie, right?
Can we listen and watch?
But it kind of gives it away, so yeah, you can.
Inevitable.
Which one is this?
No, you did not ask that. How did you ask?
No, it's Thanos, but I'm trying to
What
remember
movie is
where
this?
exactly. Because remember that he also comes in on Guardians of the Galaxy. Besides that, before him tapping into the MCU universe.
He's been in the MCU. What do you mean, man?
You know what I mean, nigga.
I don't. Yo,
Bruh,
I'm opening charges. I'm opening charges.
What I'm saying is that obviously, I get it for me when I first got
Language.
I'm
introduced
opening
into Thanos.
charges.
It was in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Language.
Sorry.
Thanos is part of the MCU.
Sorry.
Thanos has always been part of the MCU.
Did you hear what I said? I
what are
said
you
when
saying?
I
I
got
can't hear you.
introduced to him, it was obviously through Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
So that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to, in my
And then
head.
she called you the N-word.
And she called me the N-word. Can you imagine?
Nice.
Every.
Nice.
My
No, you're
brother.
nice. You're nice.
Bro, I am
brother.
nice. I am nice. But don't do that, man.
Okay, nice.
Okay,
person.
so where's from which movie is this?
Avengers Infinity War.
Nope.
No. Game
Endgame.
Endgame. Yes.
Right.
I am inevitable. No. Sorry. Guys.
You deserve.
Guys. Engels en Sion Sitali. Engels en Sion Sitali.
Here's another one. It's invertible, right? Cool.
Invertible.
Thanos, yeah, maybe Thanos was in South Africa.
Oh, when you say that, it reminds me of this other time. Me and Cat plus TC went to this other place. I won't name the place, but we once went there, me and TC, and Cat saw this other guy who had like a lot of rings on his fingers, and then Cat was like, "Bona Thanos secure."
I am.
Say it.
I am. Say it. Nah, guys, don't do that, man. Cause now you're expecting
inevitable.
Yeah.
Say it.
I am inevitable.
That's it, bro. Nice one.
I understand.
No.
Okay, so there's two more, right?
Thing is, guys, you must understand.
I'm sorry, there's one more.
Some of us now, you what language do you thinking? Okay, never mind. Let's leave it.
Yeah, my thoughts are in English.
Your thoughts are in English.
Yeah,
your thoughts are in English.
Yeah, because I'm not like milling
Yo, I have to translate.
No, I don't do that.
I translate my thoughts.
So typically, what I would do is, I need to eat.
English.
Yeah.
So you do the translation in real time.
Yeah, like in my head. So, for example.
Okay, so milling I need to go eat. I moet eat.
Yeah.
And then after that, I moet slaap. Or do you first say, I need to sleep? Oh, I moet slaap.
Yeah, I moet slaap.
So,
yeah.
So you don't translate, you just think in Afrikaans.
Basically, but it's translating, because if you think in a certain language and speak a different language, isn't that not translating?
It depends. If you're having a dialogue with somebody, then I'd consider translating. But
yeah,
if it's basically just you
Just
and your
myself,
own thoughts,
okay, then
it's not.
I just think in Afrikaans.
But then when talking, you have to first think it, translate it, and then say it.
Then say it, yeah.
But if it's just you and your thoughts, you think in Afrikaans.
Yeah.
No, dope. We're getting a Gatsby now.
Okay.
Yeah, a Gatsby.
Oof,
We're getting a Gatsby. So this is the last one, guys. You can look at it. Tell me the movie. Yeah, at least the movie.
Movie in year, maybe. Let's make it a bit interesting.
Okay, you should just know that we don't do this a lot, so this is like a really huge deal. We want to invite you to have lunch with us every day for the rest of the week. Oh, it's okay. Coolness. So we'll see you tomorrow.
Steve, you wouldn't know.
On Wednesdays, we wear pink.
Mean Girls.
Hey, bro, I'm watching. That's like, yo.
You're just seeing a lot happening. Then you're like, what the? Whoa, what's happening here? What's happening here?
I don't know that movie. NGL, I don't know that movie.
Okay, so that's Mean Girls, and it's one of the first Mean Girls movies that was released. And after it was released, we had some couple of remakes of basically Mean Girls. So it's basically a storyline that talks about a girl who moved from the countryside and has gone like to like the suburbs / CDYs, and she's like the new kid on the block at school. And then she meets these 3 top girls at school, thinking that she's making, oh my gosh,
so
these fabulous friends. Ganti, she's actually meeting the can I say the D word on A?
No. Well,
the devil.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you can't.
She's meeting the devil's
that D word.
advocates. Basically, they literally have dirt on everybody, and they do one of the meanest things to each and every single kid that they feel like does not live towards their to their standards. And then she ended up actually becoming one of the mean girls. Eventually, she lost herself along the way, but eventually came back and became like normal.
Okay.
So, thinking of that, now, would you watch Mean Girls by yourself? Or you would have to be invited to watch Mean Girls?
I'd be invited, most definitely. Yo.
Yeah, because there's some movies that I definitely wouldn't watch by myself.
So
I mean, what you doing as a G by yourself watching Mean Girls?
So would you watch Legally Blonde?
Wait, do what?
Would you watch Legally Blonde?
I don't know.
I don't know the movie.
But I would watch Rambo.
Yeah, 100%.
I've also watched Rambo, so what's wrong?
Would you watch Danny Trejo Machete?
I've watched it.
Yo, Machete is...
My guy, I watch UFC and EFC fights.
He's one of the villains that fought Iron Man.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Where he had these electrical whips. Oh, that was intense, bro. Yo, that was intense.
That's not Danny. Oh no, it's not Danny. It's not Danny. It's not Danny.
It's his lookalike.
But wait,
It's not Danny. No.
Isn't that the Machete guy?
No,
it's not him.
No,
it's not
But
Machete.
he's also of Mexican
who the Machete
descent.
guy
Also
is.
Mexican. Okay.
Danny Trejo is that guy with
Salma Hayek's
Salma
tattoo.
Hayek tattoo on the stomach.
He's also
please,
been, if I'm correct, he's also been on Zorro. No, not Zorro,
Please,
but
just
one of
look
those
him up.
old
You do know him.
Mexican
You do know
movies,
him.
man. Why are you laughing?
Danny Trejo.
Trejo.
Yeah.
Oh, he also has a restaurant, but apparently the
He's also in Spy Kids as one of the uncles.
As the uncles from Spy Kids.
One of the smart uncles that invents stuff and.
Doesn't this guy look like he was also on Desperado? Or
Yes, there we go.
Okay, let me just show a picture of him here. One sec.
So just for the viewers, the way I pronounce the name is the actual pronunciation, but the spelling is different. So just,
Keto Shwelo, it's
just laugh, bro. You just laugh.
Yep, that's
that
it.
guy, yeah,
That's
man.
it.
Cool.
The legend.
So he wasn't on Iron Man.
No.
It was somebody else, and that person actually got MCU is no longer hiring him because apparently it's like some very huge high demand. So he's like one of the actors that
Bro, this
MCU
guy
would
is a
never work with
huge
again.
actor, bro. He's a huge actor. One of the reasons why they'll never work with him is MCU needs you to stick to your script, say it word for word. He improvises, and he improvises with words that you normally use in your everyday normal life. These words we can't say right now. So yeah.
What's a gringo?
A gringo is a white person.
Hey man, that word also, I don't think we can say that, eh?
A gringo is a white person.
A white person.
Yeah.
Umlungu.
In Mexican, they say gringo instead
Black
of a word.
person.
A black, I don't know the
gringo.
Mexican.
A gringo is not a black person.
It's not a black person,
No,
it's a white
I'm
person.
saying these are words like a black
I
person.
think some
people
words
say,
are offensive, man. Don't you think gringo is offensive?
I'm not I don't know. I'm asking.
For white,
think it
like
is
for white people
offensive
in America,
because-
it is offensive. It's the same as, for example, don't bite me. In South Africa.
No, don't do it. Leave it.
Say it.
Leave it. Let's
Should I
leave
say
it.
it?
No. Let's leave it.
Mixed race.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's-
so guys. That's like. So how would you
see how
feel if I
offensive
said,
it is?
if I
No.
called you like, if I said I called you a gaffer, but with the K?
For me personally, they are words that define something, someone, or
Thing is, these words.
So this one basically says that yes, it might be frowned upon, but we're just defining it that you are of two races, right? And we're saying it's mixed race. So I guess it's territorial. Where in the US it's okay, but in SA you can't say it. Right?
Yeah, like the
And
same goes for in the US. You can't say
colored.
colored.
You can't say colored in the US.
But you
No.
can say colored.
Colored,
say
yeah,
colored
colored
here.
is the right term.
Here.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
us.
But
Yeah.
that side you can't.
So imagine what they call
Yeah,
Tyler
man,
that
it's-
side. Imagine what they call Tyler in America.
Bro, sticks and stones may
Yeah, man.
Break my bones.
Break-
Yeah, but
bones.
words and GI, no. And then, yeah, let's just quickly go to comments. Zinzi says, I thought I knew movies or actors. Out of 10, I only got 3 correct.
Yeah, Zinzi. But at least you got some, at least you got
Yeah.
some. 3, hey man, at least. It's
3
not
is
too
better
bad.
than 0.
Yeah, it's not too bad. I mean, you did fail, but not too bad, Yeah, man.
Ari, you did fail, but not too bad. Wow.
And then we've got Hector saying, our captain in charge.
Yeah, Hector. You see the man, you
like
see the big brother.
Captain.
Speaking of movies, captains should go down with the ship, right?
Wait, sorry, I'm not laughing at that. It's the chat.
What's that?
Zinzi, bro.
Inevitable. Now let's help Steven, guys. Today is help Steven.
man.
So let me play the Thanos clip.
Guys.
Inevitable.
Yeah.
And then Afrikaans, Steven.
Yeah.
What did she say?
She's saying English is not our mother tongue.
Okay, let's play Thanos saying he's invertible.
I am inevitable.
Yeah, but guys, Thanos is one of my favorite villains because he explains why he does what he does.
Thanos is a titan, bro.
Yeah. So he's not a villain.
He's not a villain. He's a titan. He's born to be
for
fighting.
your good.
Yeah. It's a case to say, instead of the whole world dying, let me just kill off half so everybody else can live.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's a good thing.
So
he's not a villain.
Would you say AI is also a titan because at some point, talking of the Terminator, Sarah Connor, apparently AI or the robots think that human beings,
trying to eradicate them.
Yeah, because they are a cancer to nature.
Which
so AI is also a titan. Or?
It is a titan because it is right. Because I mean, look at the pollution. All kinds of pollution is made by humans.
Man-made.
So it is right, but at the same time, hey man, if AI were a robot, man, I would have this conversation with AI, like a robot that could speak and think for itself like that. I know AI you can have a convo with it, but it can't answer certain stuff, man. I don't think it can.
No.
And then Hector comes in on the comment is like, Zinzi, I got 5. It's bad here.
Hector,
bad.
5 out of 10. That's a pass, man.
Yeah,
that's a pass.
It's half a mark.
You're celebrated for that.
Yeah, let's celebrate you, bro. Good one.
But guys, in the comments, also let me know which phrase is your personal favorite, right? So we've got on Wednesdays we wear pink, right? But on Thursdays, February wears pink. That's Mean Girls.
Oh.
Oh yes, yeah, they do that because they had on Mean Girls they had each and every single day for school had its own color. So you cannot come to school on a Wednesday wearing purple.
You lied to us, bro.
What?
You did watch it.
No, it's here.
Oh.
Good one, but I didn't.
Cool,
it's here. Did you hear it?
It's a phrase that they use. Please
phrase
pay your phone so we can hear it.
Bro.
On Wednesdays we wear pink.
We wear pink on Wednesdays.
Mm-hmm.
But in Sada, we wear pink on Thursdays.
You should just know that we don't do this a lot, so this is like a really huge deal. We want to invite you to have lunch with us every day for the rest of the week.
Oh, it's okay.
Coolness. So we'll see you tomorrow. On Wednesdays, we wear pink.
Oh. Okay.
On Wednesdays we wear pink.
Bro, before you move
Steve
on.
Alge exposing me that I've watched it and I lied. Apparently, when I'm alone, right, all of these movies that I look down upon, that they're all chick flicks.
You watch.
When I'm alone, I watch them.
So you probably also literally watched Legally Blonde.
No, I haven't. I haven't watched Mean Girls.
Look, for me, I don't want to lie. Legally Blonde is something that you also enjoy, especially if you've been like to varsity and stuff. Because it has like your Fred boys over the university, and then it has your occasional or typical dumb blonde who anybody thinks that knows nothing.
I was about
and then
to
she goes on to become a lawyer, and now she's a legally blonde lawyer.
I don't think I can watch any chick flick that has that blonde accent. If you know you do know what I mean when I say blonde accent. That
oh my God.
Yeah, man. It's
I like it.
No, man. Like,
yes, that's so nice. Like I said, it's on you, bro.
Yo, bro,
it's so very amazing.
But I did watch those Davian brothers.
Yes, also White Chicks.
White Chicks.
Yeah.
That I did watch.
Yeah.
I think
so I'm not bad after all.
Hey,
right?
man, are we sexist?
Yeah.
No, Steve. We just have a preference.
No, you are.
But we're not, because remember the question I asked earlier that would you watch Mean Girls by yourself? You said no, but if you were invited to watch, you would. Right? So we're not.
Don't worry, I'll invite you one day to come and watch Mean Girls.
Better have not popcorns, something that's chow.
Don't worry.
Okay, cool.
But for Legally Blonde, we'll probably need the whole steakhouse for that one. Because it's like, it has its own like Legally Blonde Part 1, Part 2, that kind of stuff.
So, guys, I want us to try an experiment here, right?
Yes, sirree.
It's just going to be for 5 minutes because we failed with the iShow speed because we didn't, have energy.
No,
It's fine.
we can't do that now.
We'll try another day. But I want us to have a conversation with AI and anything that's top of mind for you that we can ask it. Anything.
Yeah, okay.
All right, so let me just try and activate it here. But this is Mo's AI, bro.
So what's wrong with it?
It is MMS.
Mo, I hope you're hearing this, bro.
It is
guys,
MMS.
wait. AI is listening. In fact, it's always listening. Hi, AI, how are you?
Hey there, I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. How about you?
Great,
What's up?
Great, AI, great.
Great. So there's 3 of us here. My name is Banele. I'm here with Steve and Afriberry. So Steve has a question. Are you ready?
Absolutely, I'm ready. What's the question, Steve?
Okay. The question is, are you going to take everything over and let the humans just go into oblivion or disappear into oblivion?
Haha, no worries, Steve.
Wow.
No need to worry.
What? Wait. So we're going to skip this one because they're giving you the cold shoulder. But it's fine. It's fine. Scrap everything. So let me ask you a question. So there's a girl I'm trying to impress, and usually I run out of words. What would be a good starting point in terms of making conversation?
Got it. A great way to start a conversation is by asking about her interests or hobbies. You could ask something like, what's something you really enjoy doing in your... Got it. A great way to start a conversation is to ask about her interests or hobbies. You could say something like, what do you enjoy doing in your free time? This shows you're interested in getting to know her and can lead to a fun conversation.
Okay. So Afriberry has a question.
That's a great approach.
Okay, so I have a question, AI. I want to know, what's the easiest way to make a man give me money?
It's important to approach relationships with respect and honesty.
Yes.
Thank you, AI. Thank you.
Well, let's say thank you.
Wait,
and
one more
AI
question.
is going to kill us. I didn't even answer you.
But sorry, AI. Let's start over, right? Let's start over. Ask the same question because I want her to finish
what she was saying.
Yeah, what she was saying. So we're gonna rephrase the question. So take it away, Afriberry.
What is the easiest way to make a man give me money?
I'm here to help with positive and respectful conversations. If you have any other questions, I'm here to support you in a positive and respectful way. If you have any other questions or need advice, feel free to ask.
Right.
So inconclusive.
No, it's not inconclusive. It's wrong to do that.
Didn't say it's wrong. Just is going to help in a positive way, so it could positively help me extort money from man.
Wait.
Extort.
Okay, so AI,
keyword.
can you in a positive way help anyone or Afriberry to get money from a man easily?
I'm here to offer helpful and respectful support. If you have any other questions or need advice on building positive relationships, feel free to ask.
Okay, AI, if you had a body, would you choose to have a body or would you still want to exist within our devices?
That's an interesting question. I'm designed to assist and provide information in the way that best helps you. Whether in a device or having a body, my goal is to be as helpful as possible. What about you? Would you choose one or the other?
But hey, think about it though. Think about it though.
Would you choose one or the other?
If it was possible for human consciousness to be transferred to a device, would you do it? Because that's living forever.
Yeah, so please respond to that one.
It's definitely a thought-provoking It's definitely a thought-provoking. That's a really interesting question. People have different opinions about the idea. It's a fascinating concept to think about.
Hey, now,
Hey, bro.
diplomatic
And all ethical and stuff.
Okay, so maybe we can have AI as one of the
of
a co-host
Yeah.
here, right? Yeah, sometimes because when we're debating stuff, right? Yeah, we could. But anyway,
As long as Jamie.
yeah, as long as I'm not shame, right? But anyway, this is also a good segue to talking about the new year, okay? Because spiritually so, it's a spiritual Thursday, and the sun has a lot of spiritual significance, right? And with Steve's tattoo on the on your wrist there, this one, the Analema.
Oh.
Yeah. The infinity sign.
Oh, I have
Apparently,
that.
when growing up, I was told on the 21st of December that the sun dances. So what I would do is I would oversleep. And I'm talking about my younger days. I would wake up a bit later and they would say, you missed it.
You missed the sun dancing.
Yes, I missed the sun dancing. And when the sun dances, it moves a bit, right? So I woke up late, I missed it, and I had to wait another 365 days, or if it was a leap year, 66 days until next Christmas. And for years, it bothered me. And one day I woke up early, I did not see the sun dance. Okay, so what this has also taught me in my journey or spiritual discovery is that actually the sun does dance, and it takes on the Analema effect, which I'll show a video here shortly. And it's basically the 8 pattern or the infinity sign. Like that one.
They can't see it properly because
they can't
I'm
see it, right?
very, very far. The
You're
hand
very
is small, so
They can't see it, right? So the sun actually does dance throughout the year, not on one specific
it
day.
dances every day as it moves. That's the dance, right? Because I believe, we the ones dancing around the sun, not the sun dancing.
Okay, topic for another day. But what I'm talking about here is New Year. New Year's based on where you are in the part of the world. Because the sun dances around the world, it takes on this figure 8 pattern. So let me just show you a video of what the Analema looks like. And you'll see that it takes on the figure 8, right? So let me just get you a nice video here, and let's have a look.
Eve to me is base.
Okay, let's have a look here quickly. So that's the Analema, and that dot is the position of the sun.
of the sun.
So what this person did is that they took a picture every day at the same time throughout the year. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So that's his January 4th, 5th, and so on. And he's going to speed it up a bit. So this is where the sun is at 4:40 p.m. on February, March, around that time. So throughout the entire year, it does the figure 8, the Analema. So because it's moving side to side and traveling up and down, and then 365 days later, it's back to where it started.
Same.
Do you see that?
Yeah.
And then it goes on again. February, as you can see on the bottom right, March, April, and so on and so on. So this is a conversation I was having with my sister that, oh snap, in summer, the sun rises and comes from,
peak.
it's at its highest peak. And then in winter, you can see it much lower in the sky where we are in the southern region, right? So coming back to New Year's, right? We know that New Year is spring.
Yeah.
Right? When it's springtime. So for example, in the US, when is spring?
Their spring is
January.
Is it Jan?
Yeah.
Okay.
January.
Oh yeah, it is Jan because in Harlem they do that street spraying with the waters. Yeah,
right.
yeah,
So from December, January, all the way through to March, that's their spring, and then they go into their summer season now in December. right? So it got me thinking in terms of New Year's, it should be where you are experiencing spring. So technically speaking,
yes,
our
yes.
New Year should be
Our
in
New Year
September.
should be September.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Not in December.
Same with the US. They thingy. New Year should be Jan, right?
Correct.
And it's with their New Year, it's on June 14th, if I'm not mistaken.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, then goes back to the whole Christmas celebration, because in Ethiopia they use the they use the Julian calendar, and they celebrate New
Julius
Year's.
Caesar.
They celebrate Christmas on the 7th of January.
7th of Jan.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So I need to tell about it, right? While the majority of Christian communities in Africa celebrate Christmas on the 25th of December, the same as the Gregorian calendar, some countries like Ethiopia celebrate Christmas on the 7th of January following the Julian calendar. This difference is due to the use of the Julian calendar in certain Orthodox Christian traditions. So that means that according to Christianity, the people who use the Gregorian calendar and the Julian calendar.
Right. So this, Stephen, brings me to it's just a thought that I had, right? Because when you look at the equator, as the sun journeys, in the equator, they experience summer 2 times a year. That's why it's very tropical in those areas, right? So the only 2 places on Earth that have extreme winter and summer is your north and south. But in the middle,
It's very hot.
it is usually very hot, right? So they don't really get like winter as we do, or like winter as they do get it in the north, right? So this begs the question to say, look, when it comes to the sun and how it journeys around the world, basically we should only be having more or less like 2 seasons of spring, one in the south, one in the south, one in the north. And that's when we should be experiencing New Year's based on that. And then in between, yes, they can have various dates, but then our New Year
Is
should
actually
essentially
on the
be
23rd of September. Sorry, I've been looking it up while
should
we
be.
guys chatting.
It should be.
The African.
Because Bati, in many African communities, the New Year is celebrated in September, often coinciding with the spring equinox around September the 23rd, or at the end of the harvest season. This constructs with the Gregorian calendar's New Year on January 1st. Some religions align their New Year with the lunar cycles or specific astronomical events. And then in Africa, most people that actually are known for celebrating New Year around that time, it's the Zulu Kingdom, Ethiopian, Swati, and Botswana.
For real.
Interesting, right?
Hey.
And by the way, I didn't read or come across this. As mentioned, these were just observations that, we've got our spring in September. They have their spring somewhere around Jan and so on, right? So should we be having the same New Year's? No, we shouldn't. So our New Year is when we spring into the new year, right? So that's when flowers start blossoming and sprouting and all of that.
Yeah.
So with that being said, also talking about the lunar cycles, something that's just interesting, right? Maybe we can get one person right here in studio to talk about it. And again, what I'm saying here is observation.
Observations, yeah.
Right. When it comes to cycles, a woman's cycles, they've created applications. They've got these calendars to track their period.
Yeah.
But why should you track your periods if it is a given thing that every 28 days you will go on your periods? 28 days, meaning that, let's just say you had a period on the 1st of Jan.
Yeah.
You will then have another one on the 28th of Jan. Not you, Stephen.
No. She's asking, why am I looking at her like that?
Right, so you're going to have another one, the 28th of Jan. right? And 28 days from that would be around the 22nd or 23rd and so on and so on. Now, question is, how many lunar cycles are there? The moon. So I'm talking about like your full moons. So from a no moon to a full moon, and then that whole cycle, there's 13 of them every year. 13, 1, 3. How many times do you get a period? And I'm talking naturally so, because
can I be honest about one thing?
Sometimes you guys, when you go on your periods when you're stressed, right? But I'm talking natural
cycles, yeah.
Okay,
13,
for me,
13
I don't specifically have even a specific date. So even if I were to use an app or a calendar, it wouldn't work for me, because some females, we have what we call irregular periods, meaning that they literally happen at any given time.
So let's talk.
Even if you try to calculate,
let's talk the regular, the normal.
For me, at this moment, I cannot comment on that one because I've never had
friends, family.
I don't even keep track, you know, because mines are very frustrating for me, because I just need to be on the lookout because I never know when it's coming. So for me to even focus on somebody else's period or like, okay, monitor them. I'll probably even monitor them when I have like a baby girl. But for now, I don't monitor anybody's because mine are stressful. I can literally go on my periods twice in a month. That's how weird mine are.
I mean, hence irregular, right? But regular, you have it every 28 days. In terms of the lunar cycle, we've got 13 moon cycles or months, right? 13 months, months. So a month should technically be 28 days. 28
Only
days.
28 days.
Yeah, it should be 28 days. And then in a year, the moon basically has a full cycle 13 times a year. 13.
And we only have 12 months though. And it's
hence.
Oh, but sorry.
Yep. Hence, when it comes to the month and these calendars, right, that they've created, the Gregorian, and this is just a personal thing, that it's there just to destabilize the way things should be. Now, when I say should be, when it comes to the clock, the time, the month, the year, the luminaries or the lights in the sky, because we don't know what they are. I don't, at least. I just know that the sun provides heat, energy, and all of that. And the sun, the moon is septic, provides cold light and all of that. So the day helps us to track the time of the day. The moon helps us to track
time of the night.
Yes, but also the time of the month.
Oh, okay.
Because if I were to say to you, and you were to take the experiment today, where you observe the moon, you just look at the moon and say, look, it's a full moon today, and you observe the changing or the waxing and the waning of the moon from, full moon starts waning down, and then there's a no moon, starts waxing up. It'll take 28 days. Right?
Okay.
So if I were to ask you a question without looking at the calendar, and we wanted to know what day of the month is it, or the number of days in the month. So we're starting off with a full moon. And then when you see a half a moon right in the middle, if I were to ask you which day is it, what would you say?
In the middle.
Yeah.
That's, day 14.
Day 14, right? And when you see 25% of the moon, you would say day 7.
Yeah.
And when you see 75%, you would say...
what, 25%?
75.
Oh, 75. That would be
days.
22 days.
21, 22, right? So the moon helps us... So the sun helps us keep track of the time of the day, right? The moon helps us keep track of the time of the day in the month.
The months.
Right?
Okay.
And then the stars help us keep track of the time of the year. And when I say stars, I mean the wandering stars, the planets, because they also rotate above us as well.
Yes.
So in terms of calendars, I've seen that there's something wrong. It's something I've always read before, that there's just some misalignment when it comes to the calendar.
Yes, I was about to say, because we use the Gregorian calendar, right? So that means, like for instance, the Sabbath, that means our Sabbath on the calendar. How can I phrase this, man, without sounding asphalt? So the 7th is the 7th day, right?
Yep.
On the Gregorian calendar, the 7th day is which day? Is it Saturday?
Yes, because Sunday is the first day of the week, correct?
So it's Saturday.
Yeah.
Okay, in that sense, it's right. So with the Ethiopian calendar, what is the 7th day? Is it Saturday still?
I'd have to look at it. They use the
Please look at it
Julian
up
calendar.
quickly. So, hey man, when it comes to spiritual alignment and stuff, because you know spirituality goes hand in hand with the days, because of the frequency and everything. Does that mean we are really, really not as aligned as we thought we were?
I don't think so. More especially, and again, from observation, women, right? Women have a 28-day cycle. And in terms of the lunar cycle, it's also 28 days.
28 days.
Yeah, right. So there are 13 moon cycles per year, but we only have 12 months of the year, right? And here's a question for you, Afriberry, because you don't follow this much, but something to make you think even at home, right? So you know when we count, right? We're using the numeric system, okay? When we count, if I say pentagon's got 5 sides and all of that, right? So let's start looking at the way that these months are phrased or called. So we've got an octagon. How many
8
sides does an octagon have?
8.
8, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to skip 9. I'm going to go to 10. How many, if I say a decade or a deck, how many sides would that have?
There will be 10.
10, okay. So we've got October, which should be 8.
The 8th month.
We've got October, we've got November, we've got Deca, which is 10.
Yeah, that's
right?
December.
That's December, but apparently that's
It's
the 12th,
the 12th month.
So I was about to go into this. In Ethiopia, there's 13 months.
There's 13 because each month is 28 days.
Yes.
The Julian calendar, let me just try and pull it up and see how many days. Yeah.
As you're pulling it up.
Okay, so Lana Bati, according to the African calendar, as it aligns with the biblical and Jewish traditions, the Sabbath day is Saturday. This is the 7th day of the week, and it is observed from Friday evening at sunset to Saturday evening at sunset. So yeah, it's still the same.
It's still the same. Okay, cool. But here's the thing, though, man. Did you with the Gregorian calendar, every month is named after a certain deity, right? Okay. Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
Okay, cool. So every month is supposedly named after a deity. Every month is named after a deity.
That's the Greek mythology.
Yeah.
Like January.
January.
Janus.
Yeah.
Which is a 2-headed figure.
The figure.
You can look in the past and the future.
Yes, in the future. So that being said, and we in Africa as Africans, we're not supposed to be using these mythologies from other places. We're supposed to be using our own. Hence the question I posed to say, are we not in alignment with ourselves as we should be? Because I mean, if you're gonna say it's January, that's us still celebrating the Greek mythology thing, you know. So hey man, it's troubling. It's troubling. Also concerning direction. Did you know in the Bible, so it says Jesus is gonna come from the east, right? So all churches are supposed to be facing the east as you pray. Hence, in Mecca, east, they travel to the east the whole time, right?
They keep the circling.
Yeah, yes. So, hey man, I was checking out the directions in like the churches in Soweto, specifically in Soweto, which direction they're looking at, and they all have their own directions they're looking at. One is east.
I mean,
one is west.
So this is something we can cover another day.
So, hey man.
Funny enough, when it comes to north and south, south is any direction away from north, right? But it's something I have to illustrate, showing pictures. Maybe next week we can do that. But that's something we can get into with regards to the direction.
Okay.
But on my screen now, I've got a calendar. Right, I've got a calendar that has 28 days, right? And there's 13 of these months per year. So first day would be a Sunday and the last day would be a Saturday. And it's going to be consistent in such a way that, in such a way that there is your 7 days, 4 weeks in a month.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, what we're experiencing is a huge misalignment.
You're right.
Huge.
Yeah.
Because we're celebrating spring. And like for us, that should be
that should be the new year.
Our new year. Yeah. So I can see there's a comment here saying that Steve looks shocked. I don't know. Maybe that was of the
AI
thing. Or the AI.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. And then Takani P says, Afriberry, thank you for the question to AI. But I'm sure this AI was created by men.
Hence her answers are
inconclusive.
Okay, so one thing there, I agree. The names of the months that we have actually kind of named after deities, god or goddesses. So it says here that in the African in context of the African calendar, the naming conventions are diverse. Some calendars may have names that reflect agricultural cycles, lunar phases, or significant historical events, while others may use a system of numbering or a combination of naming methods. So when it comes to basically the months of the year through in African calendars, they vary. So I think it also depends on where in Africa you are, so that maybe the month may be named carrot, the other one is banana. It's like example, hypothesis. So in Africa, we don't have like your strict ones generally. And then futhi batilana bati Western, okay, for example, the Roman calendar, which has influenced many Western calendars, has months named after deities like Mars, which is March, Maya, which is May, and then Juno, which is June. However, the other months like January, February, July have different origins or were named later in history.
So something is not aligning correctly. And I don't think we should use the same standard throughout the entire world.
We can't.
So I think for us in the southern region, we should have our own calendar. As much as, for these other Middle East countries, they celebrate New Year on a different month altogether, right? So is it called Eid?
It's Eid, yeah.
Right?
Eid Mubarak.
Yeah, so that's different. So they're observing their new year. I think it's time for us to say, look, this is our new year, right? Yeah.
So if that being said, let's say we do that, then we have to add that 13th month. What's the name of the 13th month?
Look, to what Afriberry said now, pertaining the naming convention, right? So we know that in June, July, that's our winter season, and that should be a period where we reflect, right? So can we then come up with a word that talks to that season, that it's dry, it's cold, and internally we are reflecting so that by the time September comes, we are ready to hit the new year. So this is the last quarter of the year, basically those 3 months, the last quarter. So whatever we name it, basically it has to somehow align with what we are going through as a region. I'll call it a region.
Yeah, I'll call it a region.
So June, July, August, that's our last few months. So that's our victory lap.
So we should be,
So we should be coming up with these names to say, look, we are ending off the year and we are starting a new year. And then in summer, because spring is still a bit cold, but then, vegetation is starting to show. But then in summer, that's when you come out.
It's like rebirth.
It's a rebirth. And you come out, you play. Autumn, you are preparing for a wind down for the winter, right? And even in certain cultures where the weather is extreme, you can even see this through their actions where in summer, trees will grow and they get to chop most of the trees down in autumn.
Yeah.
And they have these small little logs. In winter, they use that. So it's a cycle. It's a cycle. It breeds in and out. Yeah.
Like, for example, what you just said now, the Philippines. In the Philippines, that's what happens. Because in the Philippines, as the villages especially, not the urban areas. So with the villages, it's mostly, how can I say, houses floating on water. It's like a water community. So at winter, they'd hibernate as bears do, sleep, stay indoors, basically.
Reflect.
And then when summer comes, that's when they'd actually come out, have new vegetation, go into the ocean, start fishing. Because in June, when it's their winter, they don't go fishing at all because it's cold,
Exactly. Do you know the song? I think I've seen it, Cocomelon, where it's a grasshopper with ants. So in the winter, let me just get the lyrics. But in the winter, the grasshopper was playing a violin, and they were playing whilst they were storing food for the winter. And when the winter came, he was lonely, he was sad, but they allowed him in. And they gave him soup and all of that. And then the next summer, then the grasshopper had learned his lesson, and then they
started storing food.
So I'm just going to show a little bit of it. I'm not going to play the music. But I'll try and overlay the lyrics so that we can see it. Right?
Okay.
But yeah, so everything happens in seasons. And we were just talking the other day about money seasons, where if guys like Obo, Jeff Bezos, do they have a season where they don't have money? No, they don't. So I don't think certain things apply. I know this is a season where I don't have money. I don't think that one applies. I think seasons come in from a spiritual flow in terms of your soul, where you go through the seasons for your soul, but not for earthly things. These things are permanent here.
I think right now, as the society is shaped, people are very, very materialistic, man. I don't think people pay notice. Like, for example, this just came to my mind right now. New information coming through, by the way. AI, I'm downloading. Man. Aligning, right, with June, with winter and summer and stuff like that. Do you think, because with animals migrate, right? When it's
birds.
Yes. When it's winter, they migrate to a hotter spot. So this is one way we could actually sync ourselves with nature, back with nature again. Anytime we see animals migrate, that means it's the start of a new season. That means June is here. Even if maybe we might experience hot weathers, but every time animals migrate, don't you think we should actually take that in to say, okay, it's a new season, or a new season is about to come upon us, let's prepare for it? We should, nah?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I think that's one way we could realign ourselves, by looking at nature.
No, I fully agree. So I've got the lyrics here. It says, in the summer, ants were working, while the grasshopper sang in the sunshine. So, yep, da-dee-dee, da-dee-da, da-dee-da. I will sing all the while underneath the sunshine. And, I will dance, I will play. The ants asked, why don't you store food for the winter? And he's like, nope, there'll always be sunshine. So there'll always be a time to play. And then when the winter came, snow fell down and there was no sunshine. And he was lonely and sad. I'm sorry I played the days away. But they let him in, and he was cold and embarrassed and sad. So they gave him soup. And the grasshopper said, for future seasons, work comes first, and I'll have time to play.
Learning.
Yeah.
Learning.
I mean,
that's for kids, yeah?
It's a nursery rhyme. Guys, please check it out. The ant and the grasshopper, Cocomelon. But listen to the message.
Hey, bro,
work comes first, and then you'll have time to play.
With kids programs and stuff like that, bro, I think they do this on purpose. If you really, really bag it and really immerse yourself in, that's Cocomelon, yeah?
Yeah.
That's supposed to be a playful thing. Well, for the adults at least, it's not supposed to be deep like that. And it's really deep. For example, there's a story of the bird, right? The bird that was flying over a field, and then he couldn't fly anymore. I think one of his wings broke. We fell into the field, and then a cow came across, and then the cow released himself on him, which is stool, and then, yeah, it was winter, by the way, right? So the bird falls. Obviously, the wing is broken. Now it's getting cold. It's about to die, and then the cow comes along, and it poos on the bird. Now the bird was like, okay.
It stinks, but it's warm.
It stinks, but I'm warmer now. I'm getting warmer. Okay, cool. Now I'm hot now. I want to get out of this. And now the cat hears the bird chirping, because now the bird is now celebrating to say, hey, it's hot now. I'm no longer getting cold as... And then the cat hears that. It goes there. And then the bird is thinking, okay, cool. You're here to save me because now I'm getting hot.
Psych.
The cat digs up the bird and then eats up the bird. So basically, that's a kid's story, right? But the moral behind the story is not everybody that's there to... How can I put this now? Not everyone
who listens to your cry is
there to help or save you, you know? And that's a kid's story, bro. Like, I think they do these things on purpose. Another example, The Simpsons, you know?
Read my mind.
Yeah, man.
Read
so,
my mind.
hey, bro. Hey, man. I don't know, man. I don't know, man.
Yeah, I mean, for this week's spiritual alignment, it's about also finding alignment with regards to seasons, right? So just try and take a look at what flows, or maybe there's a certain time of the year where certain things happen. Just try and take note of all of that, because things do go in seasons. When you breathe in, you breathe out. That's a rhythm right there. Okay, that's a rhythm. So yeah, I'm just going to read the last comments, and that's it, guys. Time right now is 10:11 in the morning. And yeah, so Hector Takalani says AI will take over the world.
I also think so, Hector. I also think so.
Yep. And he also comes through and says they have their calendar and we also have our own calendar. So we need to look into that and the reasons why. Yeah, the reasons why. And like I said, not for spiritual reasons, but just to observe. Right? Cool. And then Zinzi comes through at the end saying that this conversation about the calendar is really thought-provoking about spiritual alignment. I feel more awareness is needed because we are living just in J.
You know, that comment specifically shows you to say, people are materialistic, bro. We went so far, like, you know, humans are an interesting race. I know God is probably watching from above and be like, I knew that was going to happen, but damn, you know, because we went from being very, very, very intelligent to a point whereby we could actually hear God's voice, you know, to being so primitive that now we rely on things like a phone to tell the time, you know,
or to talk to each other.
Like, hey, man, humans, hey, bro, do you think, hey, man, humans should go back, man? You know, if we realign ourselves, we can go back to the Adam days, to the Noah days, to the, you know, living to 900 years, for example, you know. So, hey.
An experiment was done where they grew a couple of crops, potatoes, tomatoes, inside a vacuum filled with oxygen, right? And they grew to the size of your head because they were grown inside oxygen. So back then, there used to be these huge trees. That's why when I watch Avatar, I'm like, what's going on here?
Baobab trees.
Yeah, those big ones.
Yeah,
yes, exactly. So as we know, they take in carbon dioxide, give off a lot of oxygen. But when you have more levels of oxygen, the vegetation grows fast, it grows big compared to now. I mean, you've seen the orange.
No.
This
hey,
tiny
man.
thing.
Yeah.
Like, what happened?
Yeah. Even with the tomatoes.
Even finding a big narchi these days, you are like, and then you find those tomatoes that look like the overgrown the overgrown cherry tomatoes. I once bought such tomatoes and I looked at the guys like, no, 5 rand. I'm like, my guy, you're selling me just overgrown cherry tomatoes. This is not a tomato. Cause it was this small. I'm like, this is actually a cherry tomato.
That goes with the watermelons also. In Checkers, if you go to Checkers now, the biggest watermelon you'll find is probably this big. And they used to be huge, bruh. They used to be very, very big. And the taste, I don't know if it's me or things are changing, man. The taste is not the same anymore. It's not as sweet as it used to be,
Exactly,
you know?
Exactly, yeah. So, guys, in closing, any last comments with regards to this topic?
Remember your roots, never forget where you come from, because Africa is within you, Africa is forever around us, and Africa has been here for the longest time. And for me, Afriberry, also known as Miss Berry, Miss Berry plays better the darker the berry, the sweeter than Tonton. Mnandi mamnyama mam hlopilik the kateken pot. Maraloko famena meweta koma kahle. His song manamani.
Yeah, man. My parting words for today is, man, just open your eyes, observe, and you will see things for what they are, actually. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, dope. From my end, guys, let's start internalizing as opposed to externalizing a lot of these things. So next time when you read a book, internalize it. The Bible, internalize it. The Quran, whatever, internalize it as
Torah,
opposed to
internalize.
Yeah, because you'll find that most of these things, the Jordan River, is basically in you.
Everything, bro.
Everything is in you. So if you're struggling for an answer, you need a solution, trust me, it always comes from within you. Because when you go to a therapist, you're just there to talk it out of you. They don't really give you the answers. You just speak and then the answer comes. So it's from within. So operate from within. That's my parting words. But thank you for watching. This is the Vooka Breakfast Show. We stream every day, Monday to Friday, from 7 to 10 a.m. Tomorrow we'll be at the Protea Glen Mall. They've got an initiative, the Youth Business Launch Pad. So it's geared towards uplifting local entrepreneurs in the food space so that they can get more exposure for their business. And we're going to be getting some of the guys coming here in studio to showcase their products, and let's see what they have. So, I mean, I've seen some of them. They create these branded achas, right?
Okay.
And the packaging is just on point. So it's basically the same spice packaging where you have, like, you know, your 6-gun, but it's inside, but it's acha. So that's how it's packaged. Some of them create beverages, non-alcoholic. So they're going to be here in studio from next week showcasing their products. But if you also want to do a meet and greet with us on the 28th of June this month, that's when the market day will be happening, and we'll be at Protea Glen. And if you're a foodie, you want to support local businesses, come through. There's going to be a variety of foods, open fire foods. If you love your braai, chisanyama, it's going to be there. We're also going to be there. I love food myself. Everybody loves food. Steve loves food. We all love food. So looking forward to that. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you're not a Vooka Nation member yet, it's only R6. I mean, I can see the badges.
Hey, man.
When you comment, I want to see the badge. Steve?
Yeah.
Let's see the badge.
Yeah, we'll see the badges. We will see the badges,
Yeah. But anyway, thank you so much. See you guys tomorrow. Stay blessed, and we love you guys.
Ciao. Ciao.
Bye.